We're ready. Yeah, we're ready.
I can't hear it.
Cat Country 105 Radio Sports now presents Owatonna High School football. The Huskies are the defending state champions, but considering how much graduated off that team, it's kind of hard to call them that. Last year's team did win the state championship, though, and now here's the first varsity game since then. Roy Koenig alongside Brad Fisher under an array of umbrellas and rain gear. The field is going to be in excellent condition, though. We know that, Brad.
Well, you pay for it, too. They got a beautiful artificial turf field here. Of course, they didn't do any other renovations to the rest of the stadium, so no press box available for us, which we knew coming over. And we can handle it, Roy. We're tough. I mean, we've been doing this 50-some years combined. We can handle it.
The rain is coming down. The rain coming down, I would say, fairly hard, very steady. The forecast is for this to continue. We won't even mention the L word that we ran into twice last season that messed games up a little bit. But as I was saying, Brad, this is a totally different Owatonna Huskies team. They graduated more than 30 seniors, I think 18 starters. They're the defending champs, but it's almost hard to call them that.
You're the defending champs until you lose, until you're beat out the next year. That's how I look at it. It's a totally different deal this year. But I'm still really excited. Last year we knew we had a shot to win the state title. It worked out that way for Owatonna. One of the greatest, if not the greatest team in Owatonna football history last year. This year, there's going to be a lot of new kids playing, and that's kind of exciting. The coaches know they got to coach a little harder, a little better. The kids know they got to step it up. That being said, we do have some kids that played a lot of football last year, some really good ones. Noldner, Sorensen, Kingland played a lot last year. So we're going to see kids. There's going to be a lot of new names, a lot of numbers that aren't going to match up with who we think they are. 13, that's not Aaron Peterson. No, and 3 isn't Luke Wanyas. Nope. So it's going to be a kind of a learning experience for us. But I think the coaches are really excited, and I know the kids are. And okay, so it's raining a little bit. Who cares?
Oh, the kids love it. The fans, there really aren't many of them here yet. It is Parents' Night as well at Winona, so they're taking time to introduce the parents and their players. But that's about all that have arrived so far here, and that might be the case for the night. So if that is the case, we appreciate you listening in to Cat Country 105 FM, KRFO FM Owatonna for Owatonna High School Sports. And a thanks to our sponsors, GMI Ritter Insurance, Community Bank Owatonna, Harlan's Tire and Auto Center, CarQuest Auto Parts, Express Employment Professionals, World of Wheels, SETI Sports Center, and Napa Auto Parts Store of Owatonna. We'll hear from Owatonna head coach Jeff Williams just earlier this evening out on the field with his thoughts about the scrimmage last week, Saturday, and then tonight's game. Also, Coach Casilius for the Winona Windhawks, a few thoughts from the head coach for Winona. One of our sponsors is Hy-Vee Foods of Owatonna, Alexander Lumber, Owatonna Motor Company, as well as Owatonna Heating and Cooling, Kurt's Truck and Diesel, Fairway Food Store of Owatonna, and Car Time of Owatonna. Later on in our broadcast, we'll hear from a couple of the captains, Jesse Starks and Matt Kingland. Interviews with them on what was a much more pleasant day a couple of days ago at practice. Sponsors include Mayo Clinic Health Systems of Owatonna, ABC Seamless Siding, Tony's Flooring, Munson Eye Care Center, Kotke Jewelers, Owatonna Floor Covering and Mirror, Walzer Chevrolet Buick, Federated Insurance, Wells Federal Bank, and 3-Day Mattress. Thank you very much, everyone, for supporting Owatonna sports, from volleyball and football and maybe even soccer again here in the fall, through basketball, hockey and wrestling in the winter, and on into baseball and softball next spring, when we'll also be sitting in the rain. All right.
You will be, I won't be.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll toss a coin on that one. All right, Roy Koenig with Brad Fisher here at Paul Giel Field in Winona. And Lisa and Rick and Jeff all back at the studios in those warm, dry confines of KRFO and Cat Country 105. We'll hear from the Owatonna head coach next. Okay, I hope this is recording. Yes. At practice up in Lakeville, right?
Yeah, we did. We had a little bit of drizzle there in the last scrimmage, so yeah, our kids should be used to it. And play out there, but I can't remember an opener where it's been cool and rainy, and it's just been an interesting summer and an interesting start to the fall. Let's just say that.
And you're playing on a field. It's a turf field, an artificial surface, so the rain shouldn't have any impact, or does it get slippery in the rain?
It will get a little bit slippery, not to the degree that mud obviously would, but it's one of the reasons to have an artificial turf field is you can put a couple of inches on it, and it will take that rain, and kids will still be able to run around on it. And probably as importantly, you come back out on Monday and it still looks just like this.
The scrimmage, what did you take away from the scrimmage for your team?
Well, obviously we want to go up and perform well as a team. You want to see some good things as far as systems go. Are we running plays well? Are we executing properly? We got kids going in the right direction, pursuing that sort of thing. But, this year our focus really was more on some of those individual battles, trying to find out who can play, if we've got to make some changes, because we just had so many, open jobs coming into this season that, we just had to find out who was capable of playing. So, we may not have looked as good as we have in recent years as a team. We did see some important things that hopefully will help us down the road.
Do you think, does that process of finding the best individuals even continue today, the early part of the season here?
I don't think there's any question about that. In years where we have had to replace a lot of starters, sometimes we're surprised when we go back in and watch video from the first week, on a highlight tape at the end of the year, and it's like, that's right, so-and-so was a starter, and we went into that game with those three guys starting. So certainly, things continue to change. Battles continue to develop. Underclassmen gain experience and press seniors. It's the natural order of things. So we keep an open mind, and we're always looking for kids who step up.
And what are you expecting from Winona tonight?
Well, they had a scrimmage with Stewartville and Red Wing, and Stewartville looks like a pretty good team on tape. I know they eliminated Winona last year, so I think they're pretty salty. But they did some pretty good things against Winona. Ran the ball pretty effectively. Were able to throw the ball to the outside a little bit. And then they did a pretty nice job with Winona's run game. So, we learned a few things about some things that we might be able to do. Obviously, with the rain coming down pretty steadily, it may limit some of the things in our game plan. We might have to play a little bit closer to the vest, but we'll just have to kind of play that by ear.
All right. Well, my umbrella's dripping on your head, Jeff, so I'll end by saying good luck to you tonight.
Thanks, Roy.
How about we go with a 90 and we'll roll right into the coach on the other side. And same thing, I can only operate so many things at once on this side, so kind of weather.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about the rain. I think, we might be a little wet, but we're not going to get muddy.
How does the field play in the rain? I asked Coach Williams if he thinks it gets slippery. Do you think it gets slippery when it's wet on these fields?
No, I think it plays pretty true. I mean, the ball is going to get wet, it doesn't matter. But as soon as it stops raining, the field dries within a couple minutes, especially if you get a little breeze or a little sun. Obviously, at 7:30, 8 o'clock, you don't get the sun, but it does dry pretty quick.
Your team this year compared to last year, a lot of turnover or not?
A little bit of mixed. We probably lost 5 starters on both sides, depending upon what game you ask us about. We had some injuries late in the season, so we ended up having to start some younger guys. So, we've got a little bit of experience at all levels on both sides of the ball.
What kind of things do you feel you can do with the ball?
Well, hopefully we can both run and pass the ball. We're going to try to mix it up a little bit and see what's working. The rain can have a factor on what you can do in the game, both running and passing the ball, but I think we can mix it up a little bit.
Highlights, the scrimmage go well?
Scrimmage went well. You get in and you get out and you hope you can be healthy.
And against Owatonna, some keys, some thoughts about what the Huskies bring to town this year?
Well, there's a couple things they really like to do. They like to run that Ozzie and Izzy and Reader out of that, and they like to run the bubble. So those are probably their 3 favorite plays. If you can stop those, then maybe they can have to go to their 4th, 5th, or 6th.
All right, well, good luck to you tonight.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
Can you read those sheets?
Maybe. The Windhawks are standing on the near sideline. There's at least one fairly large puddle developing behind them. It's by the track. Hey, we should note, the Owatonna cheerleaders have been out in the rain performing for a very small crowd, but hats off to the Owatonna cheerleaders. And someday when I've got a good roster, and I'm not trying to hold 3 umbrellas, I'll even give you their names, but we'll get to those. But the cheerleaders are here. They've got a camp coming up pretty soon as well. So Owatonna cheerleaders are here. Brad, how about we touch base on some of the keys to today's game?
Well, a couple of things I think about, of course, on a night like this, you think turnovers, and we want to negate those as much as we can. And remember, Owatonna has Alex Holcomb's going to start a quarterback. I think Trey Fields probably get some reps too. Let's not turn the ball over. 2, I think our defensive line, I mean, that's where the experience of this club is kind of up front. We've got Sorensen and Stark and Noldner. Those kids have to have a big game tonight and dominate up front, and I think they can do it. What Winona brings back, the depth is their offensive line. They bring, I think, 4 guys who started at one time or another last year back. So if our defensive line has a good game, I think we're going to be okay. I think those are the 2 main things we've got to look at. And 3, our defensive backfield. You know, I watched some of our scrimmages or our passing league deals. I went up there a couple different nights. And the other day up at Lakeville South, we got to find some kids. They did some adjusting back there. We got our defensive secondary needs to come up big. Don't give up any big plays, and it can happen on a night like this because, Coach Williams mentioned the field. It does get a little slick. Absolutely. Let's not give up any big plays in the backfield.
Now, Brad, you don't misspeak too often. I think you said Holcomb at quarterback. It's Emmanuelson.
Or Emmanuelson, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Just want to, Alex Emmanuelson will start at quarterback. The keys to the game. Clint Sikora of Sikora Automotive can handle all your automotive repairs, including transmissions and diesels. Clint is a master certified technician and knows you would rather have small town service than big city hype. Sikora Automotive at 5375 Southwest 43rd Avenue, Owatonna. Give Clint a call at 363-4575. The Huskies, defending state champions, set to begin their season. The captains are making their way across the field right now to reenact the coin toss. You've got Jesse Starks and Matt Kingland. Interviews with those 2 young men coming up on our halftime report tonight. Isaac Rocha and Noldner, Sam Noldner, the other captains for Owatonna football. Owatonna, state champions last year, 13-0. They were the state runner-up the year before that, a section finalist a year before that. So they've had really an incredible run of athletes. And you look back through the years of the program, and that is, that has certainly been the rule, more than the exception, that Owatonna football is, winning record after winning record, a very solid program throughout. So even though they graduated a lot, as you said, Brad, still reason to be optimistic that a good season is ahead for Owatonna football.
I mean, absolutely. We have a football program in Owatonna. That's what we got. We don't have a team. We have a program, and they, the time that a lot of these coaches have been with Coach Williams, you get some stability, and you expect these kids are coached up since 7th and 8th grade. The 9th grade, a lot of the varsity coaches are working with those kids once they get over to the high school. They just don't see them for a year or 2. They see them for 3 or 4 years, and the kids know what to expect. Playing football at Owatonna High School is a big commitment, and they'll be up to the task. I think we're actually going to get started on time or a little ahead of time tonight, Roy. That's all right.
Game is about to kick off. Hy-Vee presents the kickoff to Owatonna High School football. Hot deals are back at Owatonna's Hy-Vee. The prices are hotter than ever. Stop into Owatonna Hy-Vee and save today on Hy-Vee's smoking prices. Use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card and save even more on fuel at your Owatonna Hy-Vee, home of the Fuel Saver. Huskies will receive the opening kickoff. They'll be going from left to right in front of us. As we indicated at the beginning of the broadcast, they've got a great field, an artificial surface here at Winona. They've had it for maybe 10 years or more. They've got plans to expand the press box, but thus far have not been able to do so. So as a result, we are outside of the press box in the sea of umbrellas. And the fans are in place, a late arriving crowd, and crowd might be a kind of loose term, but on a night like this, you sit outside only as long as you need to. Owatonna has 2 deep to receive, actually standing at their own 10, not all that deep at all. A short kick is going to bounce at the 30, picked up, then dropped, and then falling on it. The Huskies are going to get the ball at about the 29-yard line, so not bad position for Owatonna. And I've already got a score for you on another game. The Gophers are up early second quarter, 7-0. Want to thank All-American Auto Glass. They present the scoreboard once again this season. And in this case, we've got some Gopher football to tell you about as well. Huskies will go wide each direction. And the quarterback is under center. Emmanuelson hands it off. First man through, crosses the 30, gets to about the 32-yard line. On the carry is Holcomb. For the Huskies, quarterback Alex Emmanuelson. Running backs, Julius Franklin, Alec Holcomb. Receivers are Rocha and Borchert, tight end Kingland. Huskies come quickly to the line of scrimmage. This time it's Franklin that'll take it. Goes to his right. Knights, it'll move to the right. Lost the football.
I think he got it back, though, Roy.
Ball's at the 36-yard line. This drive started at about the 28, third and short coming up. Let me just give you the interior line for Owatonna. Sam Noldner, Jacob Harrison, Kyle Clausen, Jesse Starks, and Joash Rockensock.
Now that's a football name.
And on third and short, it's back to Franklin, looks for some running room, moves to his right, stays on his feet, is pushed back, made it to the 37-yard line. He'll be short of a first down. The Huskies are going to face a fourth down on their own side of midfield.
Yeah, it looked like Julius had some trouble catching that ball on that pitch, so it's 4th and 2, and here's the first big call of the game. I mean, this is definitely, yeah, now they are going to punt it, it looks like. All right. Question in the punter, I think it's going to be Sorensen, isn't it, Roy? Yeah.
It is Sorensen. As you pointed out, they've got a kicker punter. It's Aiden Barishka, who was working out when I was at practice earlier this week, but got injured in practice yesterday, Brad?
Yeah, he did, and the coaches didn't go into a lot of detail about it, but it's some type of muscle injury, and so he would normally kick for sure, and I think also the punter, and so he will not play tonight.
And as you mentioned, then Spencer Sorensen will be the one that handles that duty. Spencer, by the way, has switched to a different number. He is an eligible number at number 7 on his jersey. In fact, his spot on the roster is listed as tight end fullback, and his alternate position is defensive line. Of course, that's where he made his mark last season, was on the defensive line.
Yeah, Owatonna's going to go for it.
So on a fourth down and a long one, actually 4th and 2, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? I love this call. I don't care if they make it or not. It's 4th and 2. You got a young team. Show some confidence in them. Let's see if we can gain 2 yards.
So the Huskies come to the line of scrimmage. They will not punt. Same formation. Emmanuelson comes up under center. That's Noldner. Has that deep eye with the up back right on his hip. The pitch back to Franklin. Franklin finds some room, slips away from a tackle, bounces to the outside to the 50, 45 and 40, 35 and 30. Franklin to the 20 and 15 and 10 and 5. And I think we have a touchdown. We have a touchdown on a 4th down and 2 from their own
37.
So it's 63.
63.
Oh, I'm sorry, 63-yard run. 63-yard run.
Well, Winona had to take a timeout. Winona came out to punt on 4th and 2. Winona takes timeout. Owatonna says, heck, let's go for it. That time they went left side, that pitch to Franklin. He broke a tackle after he had the first down, and Julius is very fast. He's faster than Aaron Peterson, I think, just in a dead race, and he put on the burst and scored.
Now the Huskies are going to go for 2 here, as we've indicated. The regular kicker, Brischke, injured, ball bobbled, then picked up by Emmanuelson, looks to throw, end zone. It is knocked out of the hands of the intended receiver, who was Holcomb. Huskies are going to get a 6th spot on the board, though, although the scoreboard has given them 5 for the moment. But the Huskies lead this one 6-0 over Winona. 10:18 to go in the first quarter. The kickoff is coming up next on Cat Country 105. All right. Are we... What ad are you playing? Okay. Yep. Hey, did your car have a ding? Make Cappy's phone ring. Cappy's Auto Restoration at 451-8989. Stay happy. See Cappy. Happy times here for Owatonna fans on a 4th and short. They looked like they would punt. They elected to then go for it instead. And Julius Franklin has surpassed, got to find my stats from last year, Franklin had a few carries last season for the Huskies.
Yeah, the problem Julius had last year, he was hurt all the time.
Yeah.
He just couldn't get on the field. He looked pretty healthy on that run. Owatonna Roy, 4 plays, 71 yards. Julius Franklin, the final 63. On a 4th and 2 from Owatonna's own 37. Coach Williams elects to go for it, pays big dividends. Huskies on top, 6-0.
So Spencer Sorensen, again, wearing the number 7. He'll be a tight end and a fullback, and he has a good arm. Let's see how his leg is. Kicks this one pretty deep. The kickoff is to the 9. Return from there to the 15 and 20, near sideline. Slowed down there around the 25-yard line, and then crosses there to about the 30-yard line. Here's Owatonna's defense. The line includes Starks and Noldner, as well as number 7, Spencer Sorensen. Linebackers will include Ulrich and Holcomb, Braze. Defensive backs, Rocha, Borchert, Westfall. Kingland, back at linebacker, played a little bit last year on the varsity, so he got some playing time. 3 down lineman, Kingland at a 2-point stance on the right. From the shotgun, the handoff, and he is crushed by Holcomb right away. The first carry is a loss of about 3, and the Winhawks will have a 2nd and 13 from their own 25. It's 6-0 Owatonna, 2 minutes into the football game.
Nice hit by Holcomb, and Winona in the hurry-up.
3 wide. Offset I, and from the shotgun, handoff is up the gut, and he is dragged down on the play. The ball carrier dragged down by Brennan Braze. He's a junior linebacker for the Huskies. 3rd down and 10.
Yep, Braze there, Kingland there for Owatonna. Gain of a couple, 3rd and we'll call it 11. So great job so far by the Owatonna defense. Now they can pin the ears back and get after the quarterback.
Again, from a shotgun, quarterback looks at the plays on his wrist. Ball bounces around a little bit, sets up, throws it over there, intercepted.
Nice.
Intercepted by Owatonna. And on the return to the 25 down to the 20-yard line on that interception is Brandon Moen.
Yeah, that was a great read by Brandon Moen. Winona thought they had that little hook pattern open, and Moen just read it perfectly, stepped right in front, takes off Owatonna at the 20-yard line. Great stuff, Brandon Moen.
Moen, just a sophomore as well. By the way, by the end of the night, we'll have our defensive play of the game presented by World of Wheels with over 25 vehicles in stock and priced to move. Forget the endless high-pressure negotiation process of many car dealers and simply stop by World of Wheels, 910 Hoffman Drive, Owatonna. Huskies lead 6-0, 9 minutes to go first quarter. In good territory here inside the 25. They started at about the 20, about a 2-yard pickup on first down. Holcomb on the carry?
Yep.
Alec Holcomb picks up a couple. Franklin scored that long touchdown run on Owatonna's opening drive. 6-0, and they get the ball back on the Moen interception. The rain is falling hard. The lights are on. My toes are squishy inside my sopping wet shoes. 2 wide left, under center, Emmanuelson. He takes, spins, pitches it back to Franklin. Franklin running left, looks to cut it inside, waits for some blocks nicely. Gets down to the 13 or 12-yard line. Nice job picking his way through for a few.
And that was a great call, Roy. He said waited patiently for his blocks. He did. If he did just ran, he'd have probably had 3 yards. But Julius waited, and then set it up and then cut it up inside. 3rd and 2, Owatonna.
Ball far side hash mark. They've got the receivers out on that far side. Everything kind of stacked up over there. Owatonna going from left to right in front of us here at Paul Giel Field wearing white. Handoff is Holcomb. Tough yardage inside the 10. Down to about the... needed to make the 10-yard line for the first down. We're looking at an Owatonna Huskies first down. Need your vehicle repaired or restored? Cappy's Auto Restoration can handle the job. 451-8989. Stay happy, see Cappy. Again, same formation, far side hash mark, I formation behind Emmanuelson, who is under center. I don't think he's taken a shotgun snap yet. Back to Franklin. Franklin looks for running room, gets hit right around the line of scrimmage, kept his feet underneath him, but then gets absolutely leveled as he was slowed down. 2nd and goal coming up from the 7. Huskies lead 6-0.
Yeah, not much there that time for Julius Franklin. Nice job by Winona's defense. That initial hit, he didn't go down, but then a Winona player was there to finish it off. So 2nd and goal from the 8 for Owatonna.
Ball far side hash mark.
There they jumped. It was just a matter of time, Roy. Winona, we've seen him kind of flinch about almost every play that Owatonna has called. That time they finally jump over, and that'll be 5 yards.
Mother
Half the
Nature
distance
is
for Owatonna.
going to do what she can to make Brad's job difficult of keeping track of the stats of the game, a service of the Steve Zappa Agency. Brad always does a great job on those stats, but usually we're not in the rain, literally sitting in the rain. Keeping, no, there was a handoff there around the goal line, the 1 yard line.
Close.
It was Holcomb on the carry.
Yeah, and he got hit, stood up, but then he really finished that run well. Got down inside the 1. We'll call it 3rd and goal from the 1 foot line.
Huskies quickly to the line of scrimmage. Pretty much a hurry up. Emmanuelson is under center. That's Noldner in front of him. And
Fumble.
And the Huskies have it at the 4.
Yeah, Emmanuelson never got that snap right. Shot up in the air, and I think Franklin recovered it. So a loss of 3. Owatonna, they love to sneak on short yardage like that, but Alex Emmanuelson never got the snap.
See, when this water here
we
overflows,
fish right here, I think.
When this water overflows in front of us off that bin, it goes into the equipment, I think. So we'll move that back.
Owatonna will go for it here on 4th and goal from the 5.
This time they are coming from a shotgun. Back split between Emmanuelson. A little high in the snap. Looks, throws left side. Popped in the air. The intended receiver is Borchert. I don't know if it was popped in the air by a defensive player or if it just, got through his hands and popped off of his gear. But that ball popped up in the air. An incomplete pass. Huskies lose the ball on downs. Still lead it 6-0 midway through the first quarter here at Winona. 6-0 Huskies, and the Hawks will get it on downs.
That was a good pass by Emmanuelson. That ball was there. Borchert got hit. Oops. Would have been a great catch. And also Manny on that extra point. That ball probably should have been caught too. Owatonna had a drop there too. So, of course, when it's wet like this, it's really hard to throw and catch the football, as the Huskies are finding out. First down for the Windhawks from the 5.
So the Windhawks way back in their own end. Capicelli, and hands the ball off and absolutely buried for about a 2-yard loss. The Hawks are now going to be at their own 2-yard line. And Sorensen is the last one up off the pile. Kingland might have been there as well.
Who carried the ball there, Roy? Could you tell?
No.
Was it 7?
Sure.
Yeah, that was.
Yep,
that
it was 7.
Francois.
Francois is a junior. So now the quarterback is getting the snap in the end zone. Split backs and a third back. Fumble the football. Picks it up. He's tackled in the end zone by Holcomb. There's a safety, and the Huskies lead at 8-0. Got hit, escaped a tackle from Kingland, I believe it was, and then Holcomb finished him off. There's a safety, and the Huskies now have an 8-0 lead, and they're about to get the football again.
We talked about in our pregame, what was one of our keys? Our defensive line has to dominate up front. What's happened so far? They've dominated up front, and Owatonna leads it 8-0 now, as Holcomb will get credit for the safety. But just a great job by Owatonna's defensive front there. Absolutely overwhelming Winona right now.
We've talked about the fact we'll have a defensive play of the game. Sponsor World of Wheels. Old Town Bagels presents the offensive play of the game. Got a great nomination already with the 63-yard run.
Yep.
By Julius Franklin. Old Town Bagels, downtown Owatonna, your hometown favorite for fresh and delicious. Have you tried the new breakfast melt, which I haven't yet? Ranch dressing, 2 kinds of cheese, egg and bacon crumbles, all served open-faced on your favorite fresh baked bagel. The only fresh baked. Tried this before tonight too. The only fresh bagel bakery in Steele County. Old Town Bagels, downtown Owatonna.
That's good stuff.
Had the Hawaiian one, Fair Week, I think it was. Oh, fabulous. Had the pineapple on there and the ham. I think it was ham. Don't remember right now.
I probably won't eat till 11:30 or 12 now, Roy. So thanks for that.
You're welcome, Brad.
Winona will kick from the 20.
Now safety gives Owatonna an 8-0 lead. 5.5 to go in the first quarter. This is a free kick, so punt style. And slow wobble, fielded. Nope. Oh, they indicated a fair catch. Now picks it up and then gets popped.
Yeah, they got to stop.
Yeah, here comes the penalty flag now.
I'm not sure what that was.
It was
Jacob Johnson is back there, and who was the other one back there?
Well, 21, Nico Marazes.
Yeah.
Anyway, he signaled fair catch. I don't think the ball ever hit him.
No,
but then after it bounced, he picked it up and ran with it.
I think they were confused of who was going to catch it, because it was kind of right between them, and neither one caught it. And Johnson had signaled fair catch, and if you do that, you can't take off with the ball. So They mark it at the 36 for now. Let's see how far they move it back. That might be a 15-yard penalty.
The wind has been picking up here lately, just to add to the fun of the evening. Although the
I'm having fun, aren't you?
flags atop the flagpole aren't moving very much. Hey, I saw my phone blew up a few minutes ago with some pictures from a TCF Bank Stadium.
Who's playing up there?
Andrew Stelter is playing up there with the Golden Gophers, and his family, of course, is along for the ride. Kevin, B-Squad coach. B-Squad opens their season tomorrow at home against Winona. A lot of times Kevin joins us at halftime. Not tonight. He's at TCF Bank Stadium, and I'll get some of those pictures posted at krforadio.com later tonight. 1st and 10, 31-yard line. Franklin with the ball, puts his head down, gets about 4 to the 35. And the Huskies will be looking at a second down and about 6. Brad, the rain has lightened up considerably.
It absolutely has. Woo. Vince Spurgeon in the game at one of the wideouts for Owatonna. And is that Rocha out there on the other side? Yep.
Huskies were looking for people that can catch the ball. Emmanuelson spins, gives it to Franklin. Franklin busts one tackle. More. He's across the 40 and bursts ahead to the 48-yard line. He probably has a good 10 yards after initial contact, and that's an Owatonna Huskies first down.
That should have been a 3 or 4 yard gain. Instead, Julius turned it into 13. Nicely done.
From the 48-yard line, Huskies on their own side of midfield, right on the right outside the large W at midfield for Winona. Quick handoff, Holcomb. Holcomb gets spun backward, goes forward for 3 yards. 2.5 yards to the positive for Owatonna. They cross midfield and have a second and long. 4.5 to go first quarter. 8-0 Huskies.
Well, so far Huskies winning it up front on offense too, Roy. We talked about the defensive line, but there's just consistent yardage so far for the Huskies.
Wind and rain picking up again here. Wide receiver each direction, I formation. Emmanuelson coming under center. That's been the case. Pitch back to Franklin. Franklin gets that ball secured and then is spun forward for minimal gain, if anything at all. 3rd and about 6 is coming up now for Owatonna.
Yeah, not much there that time. And Owatonna will have a 3rd and medium. And it's been a challenge throwing the ball tonight. Owatonna's 0 for 2, basically 2 drops. And Winona, their 1 pass attempt was intercepted by Owatonna.
Huskies will bring 2 wide receivers to this side. As Brad indicated, Spurgeon is out there with Rocha. And Emmanuelson will give the ball to Franklin, cuts it back across the grain. Didn't get much, though, a couple of yards to the 46-yard line of Winona. And the Huskies look at a 4th down and 4 from there. Owatonna's touchdown run of 63 yards by Franklin came on a 4th down play that was further on their own side.
And they're going to go
field.
for it here. Our defensive front has just dominated so far. Why not go for it inside at the Winona 45-yard line? They're going to go for it.
So 4th down and 4 from the 45.
Now we might not.
Huskies player moved.
Yeah. I think we might be punting now. Let's see.
Want to mention that Owatonna High School Sports is brought to you in part as well by Ag Power Enterprises, your John Deere dealer in Owatonna, Hollandale, and Belle Plaine, and Carlson Branstad and Company CPAs, 225 Cedardale Drive.
Did you order the wind there, Roy?
Yeah, did I order the wind?
Yeah,
of course I did.
It's tough to hold an umbrella and write and talk when it's windy.
Try chewing gum. Punt is coming up here. Spencer Sorensen. Oh, yeah, that wind is really ratcheting up a bit. Picks the ball up at his feet, end over end to the 20-yard line. Return from there to the 25. Return man runs into his own guy, as well as Borchert helping out on the tackle. And the Huskies tackle him around the 28-yard line, so that's where the Windhawks will start. With 2:43 to go in the first quarter, 8-0 Owatonna.
Yeah, Borchert and Westfall there. Spencer, that was a low snap, did a nice job of just making sure he got the ball and just got the kickoff. And he did. So the Winona will take over at the 28.
I'm amazed, Brad, that you can sort of still keep stats on that soaking wet sheet of paper.
No, the keyboard. The keyboard.
I mean the keyboard, yes. We have a waterproof keyboard here, just to be safe. A quarterback has the ball go on the ground and rolls back. He covers it up back at the 11-yard line. Winona's had a tough time on snaps. Several times the quarterback has had a mishandling, either on a bad snap or just trouble grabbing that wet football. As I've mentioned, the Huskies not using a shotgun or pistol formation. They're going under center. And for Winona, the safety was a direct result of a bad snap.
There's a loss of 12 right there.
Oop, they wanted to hand it off.
Play.
Nobody there. And the entire Owatonna front six got to him because there were some linebackers in there as well.
Yeah, Starks there, Holcomb there, everybody there.
Yeah, Braze was there. Yeah, they've got 4 wide. The quarterback, Apicelli, took the snap, turned to his right to hand the ball off. Well, that running back had already dashed off onto the right in a screen pattern, and Apicelli was left there with nothing but white shirts coming at him. It's third and extremely long. They get the ball over to the right side. They find an edge. They get out there to the 30, 35-yard line, and my goodness, they picked up a first down. Very nearly, anyway. Let's check on the spot of the ball. On third and, what was it? It was 10, 20. It was third and about 25 yards. And a first down pickup on third and forever. And Winona will keep this drive going.
Wow, that's a breakdown there by Owatonna.
Oops, that wasn't a good idea.
I had a third and 26, and they picked it up. You got 26 yards.
Wow. So it's first down and 10. Windhawks at their 38-yard line. Long snap again to the shotgun man and driven backward.
Big Spencer.
Spencer might have been there, but I think Braze was in on the play too.
There, yep.
So Spencer Sorensen maybe made the initial stop.
Well.
Yeah. And Kingland and Braze and stood up right there. A 1-yard loss, second down and 11. Windhawks at their 37, moving from right to left. Minute 15 to go in the first quarter. 8-0 Owatonna. This is a handoff going into the middle of the line, and got Noldner in there and Spencer in there. And,
Brennan Braze again on the stop.
And then Braze, the linebacker, to fill the hole, and that goes nowhere. Third down and long now for the Windhawks, third and about 11. You know, Brad, there's a couple people sitting in the stands here who have gone without the umbrella.
Yeah, that is nuts.
Yeah, and not even a ton of reindeer. Looking to throw. No, again, it looks like a busted play.
Yep.
And as he's falling down, Apicelli was still looking like he might throw the ball. Starks is one of those that comes up off the pile from underneath, and it's fourth down and long for Winona. We might get this punt off before the first quarter ends. There's 30 seconds to go. 8-0 Owatonna. Punting unit comes out for the Windhawks. Windhawks dressed in gray, dark gray, orange numbers. Winona across the front. The Huskies are in white. And even with the wet field, artificial turf, so everything's staying white and blue. No muddy marks anywhere. And the punt is bounced to the punter. Gets a low kick away. Rocha back there, lets it go wide. It rolls to the 20, rolls to the 15, to the 10, to the 9, the 8, the 7, down to the 6-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter. It's Owatonna. Is there flags? We heard a lot of whistles right now.
I think they're signaling the end of the quarter.
They're signaling the end of the quarter. So we'll take a quick break as well. It's 8-0 Owatonna after 1 on Cat Country, KRFO FM, Owatonna. Okay. 8-0, the Huskies lead, although the scoreboard shows that at the end of the first quarter, we start 0-0.
Now they're putting it back. There we go.
There we go. All right, well, we got to have a little fun. They're inside that nice little press box over there, so we got to give them a little bit of grief.
There's Coach Ernest.
Hey, Coach, how are you? He's wondering why we're outside. I think it's because we make too much noise. They wouldn't let us into the press box. On first down and 10 from their own 6-yard line, the Huskies run it out to about the 10. Radio play-by-play brought to you by Winger.
I think that was a keeper by Emmanuelson there, I think.
KSW Roofing and Heating, your local Lennox dealer, and Brad Ritter and Dave Malchow of GMI Ritter Insurance. Second down and 6. Wide receiver each direction. Deep eye is Franklin. Handoff is Holcomb, and Holcomb crosses the 10, is pushed back, and then maybe got back to the 10. More.
Yeah, did they give him a yard on that? It looked, yeah, okay. Yeah, they gave him 1, I guess. 3rd and 5 for Owatonna. Hasn't been much there for the fullback yet tonight, Rook. Not yet.
Huskies have a wide out each direction. This is a third down and about 5. And this time it's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. Emmanuelson runs to the left, trying to get to the edge. Oh, what a block by Holcomb, I believe.
Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely wiped out the
Decleater.
defender.
He absolutely decleated Millick from Winona, and a perfectly clean block. And that was just a straight quarterback sweep left.
And out to
Owatonna's
the
gonna pick
19.
up,
Should be a first
pick up
down.
7.
There's an Owatonna Huskies first down. Cappy's Auto Restoration, part of the Owatonna business community since 1989. 451-8989. Stay happy. See Cappy.
Well, there was the hit to the game. Do we have a hit of the game sponsor?
Well, we have a...
Or is that more of a record company
Boy,
thing? That was awesome.
That was a great play. They give it to Holcomb, and Holcomb crosses the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, a kid makes a big hit like that to spring at your quarterback for a first down. You got to give him the ball the next play, right?
Second down coming from the 22-yard line. Huskies going from right to left here at Winona's Paul Giel Field, artificial turf. It'll take the rain well. The rain is falling very steadily still. Early second quarter, 8-zip, Owatonna with the lead. Kingland will move from the left to the right of the formation as the tight end. Under center, Emmanuelson spins, toss it back to,
Nice.
Is that Franklin? Yes, it is. Franklin crosses the 25 to around the 28-yard line.
Late penalty flag from the back judge. I mean, the play was well over. Let's see what that call is. He's throwing it again. He threw it down again. Franklin picked up about 6. It's going to be third and short. No, they're calling it on Owatonna.
Only one other game in the Big Nine Conference today. Albert Lee at Mankato West. All the other games tomorrow. Faribault at John Marshall. Red Wing at Northfield, the new conference teams. Century at Mankato East. And Mayo at Austin. So a busy schedule tomorrow on the All-American Auto Glass scoreboard. Have you been staring at that little ding in your windshield for a long time? Well, before it does this, call All-American Auto Glass Repair at 363-6101. No insurance, no problem. All-American Auto Glass has affordable rates and offers a lifetime warranty. All-American Auto Glass, 363-6101. Now, is it second or third? Shouldn't it be second down?
It should be second and 15, I think.
They've got third on the field, second on the scoreboard. Pitch back to Franklin, pushes a man by him, and another falls forward to the 20-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain for Franklin, but now are we on third or fourth down? On the field, they show fourth.
Yeah, it was, and that was it a personal foul that they called on Owatonna?
Okay.
And
after the play?
So apparently it was a loss of down as well, so the Huskies will line up to punt.
And if it's after the play, then it is certainly a separate play.
And we mentioned it was well after, it was very late thrown, so the Huskies will punt, or at least line up to do so.
Sorensen stands at his 8-yard line. The backup punter for Owatonna with Barishka injured. Ball snapped to him nicely. Gets a pretty good kick away. It'll bounce at the 45-yard line, roll to the 40, to the 35, and the Huskies will go tap it down right there. Spencer Sorensen puts a good leg into that one, and with 9:09 to play in the first half, 8-0 Owatonna. They scored on their first possession and then quickly got a safety on a Winona possession. And it's an 8-0 lead, and that's how the score has been for quite some time now.
And the Owatonna, the Huskies, it looked like they were going to pick up a first down there, but a penalty stops that drive. And now we need the defense to come up big again. Winona, Roy, so far they haven't completed a pass. They've had the one nice run of 26 yards. Other than that, they've pretty much gone backwards on every single play. And we'll see how much longer. I mean, the Huskies have gone up under center with Emmanuelson. Winona keeps snapping it back to their quarterback, and they've had some trouble.
Yeah, safety was a result of that. Resulted from that, along with some other problems. But again, the shotgun snap for the quarterback Apicelli. Long snap count, has the ball, hands it off, and buried in the backfield. A flag came flying in too. Unstoppable is what I'm getting text. Is a description of Spencer. Unstoppable, and he was in on one of those. Or unblockable, I guess, and he was in on that tackle too.
And let's see if Owatonna takes his penalty or not. They moved Spencer. He was out playing that kind of that D end that Stelter played last year. This time he moved into, he was over the nose. And he just absolutely shoved the center straight back into the backfield.
Hilly is one of the linebackers out there right now, by the way, Sam Hilly.
Shot block on Winona.
And the Huskies take the penalty, so Winona gets first down again, but it's
That's
all
a
the way
15-yard penalty.
back at their own 14-yard line. They need to get to their 40, so it's first down and 26 or something like that. 3 wide receivers, shotgun snap, low on the snap, but picked up cleanly. A pass is caught and then crosses the 20-yard line and tackled after that. It's Green on the catch, Westfall on the tackle for Owatonna.
Yeah, and a good job by the Owatonna secondary. They made the stop after the catch. No yardage after that ball was caught.
Second down, about 16 to go. Pitch to the right, running to the right. Some blockers out there to the 25-yard line, the 30-yard line. Tackled around the 32 is a 7 or 8 yard gain. Makes it third down and certainly more manageable. Third and about 8 coming up here for the Windhawks from their 32.
Not sure who carried the ball there, Roy.
Number 7.
7, okay.
Yep,
6-yard gain.
Number 7. Must be going with numbers for the other team, especially when it gets dark and we can't read our rosters anymore. And Huskies in the backfield. They're going to tackle the running back with the ball. Boy, Owatonna's, was it Sorensen got the good jump?
Yep.
Boy, he was crossing the line of scrimmage as the ball was being snapped, and he knifed in there and got into the backfield. Now it's fourth down and about 14 for the Windhawks, 8-0 Owatonna.
The concession stand will close after halftime. $2 for pizza and 50 cents for
Concession stand is closing after halftime, they just said.
Did they really say that?
Yeah.
Really?
And I didn't get any popcorn, pizza, or hot dog or nothing. Dave Lundberg wasn't here tonight, and I knew he wasn't going to be, so I'm hungry.
And here is the punt. Ooh, it's low. It takes a bounce at the 40, gets a good Windhawk bounce to the 30, and then kind of rolls sideways from there. Huskies will start at their 29, 7:14 to go in the second quarter, 8-0 Owatonna. A long TD run by Julius Franklin, and then the safety, Holcomb on the tackle on the safety. Want to let you know that Owatonna goes on the road to Rochester Century next Friday night. Brad and I will have the call for you with that Hy-Vee Foods kickoff at 7 o'clock next Friday night. Usual Friday night, but 2 straight road games. Huskies have their home opener on the 12th against Faribault. They'll also have a pregame party and picnic and band and food and prizes. Stay tuned for more details about the home opening party on September 12th. And the Huskies hand this one off to Franklin. That time, Emanuelson was in a shotgun formation. Took the snap, clean handoff, clean snap to him from Noldner. And a gain of about 6.
Yeah, 6 yards. Nicely done by Julius. He's 6'7", 68. He's over 100 yards already here in the first half.
They've got 2
63
wide
yards at one time helps.
Yeah, 2 wide right, 1 wide left. Ball near side hash mark, shotgun formation, handoff Franklin. Franklin gets caught up around the line of scrimmage. Minimal gain to the 36-yard line. And by the way, we also have Owatonna volleyball on the air on Thursday night. The Huskies are at Century on Thursday night. That's on AM 1390 KRFO, just as the football game will be next Friday night from Century on AM 1390 KRFO and at krforadio.com. Third and about 2. Fake the handoff. Little pass is bounced around. It was intended for Kingland. It was almost intercepted, then deflected off a hand or two. Falls incomplete. 4th and 2. Huskies have the ball at their own 37-yard line on this 4th and 2.
Yeah, and they're going to go for it. That's how, we talked about let's not turn the ball over. That was not a good throw by Manny. It should have been picked off. And unfortunately for Owatonna, the ball was dropped, so Huskies will have 4th and 2 from their own 37. They're just going to line up and go for it.
Westfall, Rocha, and Borchard are the receivers right now. Huskies, the line is ready to go.
They might have to take a timeout here.
Running backs and receivers are looking to the sideline, and Coach Williams will call for a timeout. Coach Jeff Williams, about his 18th or 19th year as Owatonna coach, about 25, 26 years in the program. Assistant coaches include Mark Octekirk, Della Soli, Doug Wanyas, Mark Weiss, Jerry Egermont, Matt Sculla, Mark Clausen, Steve Noasconi, Nate Sculla, Gary Rosenko, Kevin Stelter, Dean Walters, Doug Main, Adam Meyer, Neil Thompson, and Steve Zappa. And those names, more or less, get read at the beginning of each year. Most of those coaches have been with Coach Williams for a long, long time with Owatonna
Never
football.
heard of any of those guys.
As we usually talk with Kevin Stelter at halftime about the B squad, Kevin is up with family at TCF Bank Stadium as his son Andrew makes his Golden Gophers debut. Gopher football, by the way, on AM 1390 KRFO tonight and all season long. Just tonight
Spencer in
having
at
to
fullback.
conflict. And the Huskies will run behind. Well, they get it to Franklin. Franklin gets to the outside on a 4th and 2.
Another late flag. I think it's going to come back. Yep, holding on Owatonna. They picked up 8 in the first down, but now they will probably have to punt. We saw Spencer line up at fullback in the Prep Bowl finals. And he lined up at fullback there, and there was a hole where he was running.
He has a number, pardon me, fullback tight end kind of number on his roster, on his jersey this year, wearing the number 7. It was quite noticeable during the fair introduction night during the Steele County Free Fair, and Coach Williams addressed it right away. Also said Spencer might have the best arm on the team. Of course, right now they need his leg at times, as he's the punter and kicker with Aiden Barishka out injured. Huskies look like they're going to go for it on 4th down here and 4th and 8.
There's been a couple. Coach Williams, I think, is kind of questioning that call a little bit. Now they're going to kick. Yeah.
Okay. Certainly makes sense. He just wanted his time to get a comment or two in or just ask about it. 6:11 to go first half, 8-0. Owatonna with the lead. The clock is wound and running. Midway through the second quarter, 8-0 Huskies. Franklin a long touchdown run and then a safety by Holcomb. Sorensen to kick from his 18-yard line. Gets the ball. Gets a pretty good kick away again. Kick. Oh, my. Fielded at the 32-yard line. Gets around one man to the 40, 45, and the 48-yard line. So
Portrait with a tackle for Owatonna.
Pretty good return for the Winhawks. And it'll be a first down. Stats of the game. We'll get those stats at halftime from Brad Fisher. Stats of the game brought to you by the Zappa Agency. Steve Zappa has the coverage for you. Call the American National. Zappa Agency at 451-9343, I think. But my sheet is soaking wet. 451-9343, the Zappa Agency. Bad coverage might cost you on the field, but bad coverage in life can cost you dearly on your insurance. So see Steve Zappa of the Zappa Agency. So first down 10 for the Winhawks. 8-0 Huskies.
A new quarterback.
Number 4 was the guy before. See what we got here. It is a new
10,
quarterback.
He's down right there. Yep.
He went to a knee to pick up the low snap. Was it number 10, Brad?
Yep, it's number 10.
That's Tim. Jake Tim, who's also a linebacker and also a race car driver.
That's right.
During the summer. But that time he put the knee down to grab the low snap.
So another sack for Owatonna. And the passing game, it just hasn't been there for the Winhawks. Nothing on offense, really, except for that 3rd and 26 play. Other than that, it's they literally have negative yardage other than that.
4 receivers, though. They'll go with that. Tim takes the ball. The snap at his hip, flings it over on the left side as a man open who slows down to catch the ball. Boy, it was kind of a funny-looking pass. Kind of threw it from his hip.
Yeah.
But it was a complete pass. 3rd down and a couple coming up for the Winhawks, or maybe 3rd down. Oh, I'm sorry, because of the loss. It's actually 3rd down 12. 3rd and 12. I saw the back end stick and thought it was the front end stick. 3rd down and about 12 for the Winhawks when you factor in the losses. They've got 3 wide right, 1 wide left. Looking is Tim, running, being chased. Tim gets caught from behind, lost the football, and Winhawks might have recovered it as it was sliding toward the near side out of bounds. A Winona player got to it. Tim was trying to get that ball thrown away, ill-advised, and nearly lost the ball in a fumble.
And who was chasing him down there, Roy? Matt Kingland. And Matt Kingland, he's a really good athlete. He got to see a lot of time last year at linebacker. You can see how athletic he is on the basketball court. And that time, he was running after Tim, who's the quarterback, and Matt Kingland caught him and knocked that ball loose. And Winona will have 4th and 17-18 here, and they will line up to kick.
Kingland interview coming up at halftime along with Jesse Stark. So we'll hear from a couple of the players coming up at halftime here from Winona. Huskies lead 8-0. Roy and Brad on Cat Country 105. Great that you found us on Cat Country today and online as well with the Gopher game on AM 1390. The play will not start, and the ref is going to blow his whistle.
That one ref likes to blow his whistle.
Yeah, we'll check a Gopher score at halftime on our All-American Auto Glass scoreboard. Auto windshield, one of the most important safety features on your car. An incorrectly installed windshield can put you and your passengers at risk, so make sure it's done right. Call Ben Flemke at 363-6101. So punting down, too deep to receive for Owatonna. The punter stood at his 25, gets a very good kick away. It'll bounce at the 17-yard line, roll inside the 15 down to the 11. So the Huskies got out to a quick 8-0 lead, and since then it's been a bit of a kicking game, and both punters have been doing quite well in pinning the opposing team deep.
Yeah, and you can see the kids back there receiving the kicks for both teams. They don't want to make a mistake, and they're just basically getting out of the way and letting the ball bounce, and which is, I think, the right thing to do. So first down from the 11 for the Huskies. They do lead 8-0. And hopefully this will be the last possession of the first half. We can march it down and score.
4:15 to go in the first half. Huskies are back at their 11-yard line on this first down and 10. Shotgun snap, 3 wide receivers in formation. Hand off to Franklin. Franklin bursts through the middle, gets nicked just a little bit, still stumbles forward across the 20 to the 22-yard line. That should be enough for an Owatonna Huskies first down. Car have a minor ding or need major collision repair. Complete restoration, Cappies. 451-8989. Stay happy, see Cappy. First down. And Franklin again up the middle. And Franklin rolls forward to the 27-yard line.
Coach Williams hollering to get going. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Under 4 to play in the first half. 8-0 Owatonna. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide left, 1 wide right, and the handoff is Franklin again. Goes over that right side of the line. Not much doing there. Now he does.
Still going. Look at that.
Still gets a couple to about the 30.
Number 28 on the tackle for
I think they might have blown the whistle a little quick there, Roy. They're going to mark him at the 30. He was out to the 31. So a good job by Julius, keeping those legs turning. 3rd and short for Owatonna.
Vikings up 7-zip. Gophers up 14-zip on the All-American Auto Glass scoreboard. 3rd down and a couple. Hand off. Changing direction is Franklin. He'll be close. I think he's going to be short based on the spot on this side. You're right. 4th and 1. Less than 1. 3 minutes to go first half. 8-0 Owatonna.
And Huskies will line up and go for it.
No doubt. They punted several times. They've gone for it several times. The long touchdown run was on a 4th and short. Emmanuelson comes up under center this time. Single setback, keeps the ball himself. The surge moves forward, and it'll be plenty for an Owatonna first down.
Yeah, well, when Sam Noldner, your center, ends up about 7 yards downfield on the sneak, you're probably going to make it, and that's what happened.
You got Harrison up there, and Jacobson up there, and Starks up there, among the other guys on that offensive line. First down, Huskies. They're at the 33, their own 33. Emmanuelson to pass, in the pocket, rolls to the right. Being chased.
Get rid of it, Manny. Get rid of it.
And
okay,
gets
run.
away from 1. Now he keeps it far sideline, 40-yard line, picks up about 7 or 8 yards after nearly getting hit for a sack. Goes out of bounds on the Owatonna sideline on the far side of the field.
Well, sometimes you can make something happen, and that's what happened there, because Emmanuelson probably should have been sacked on that play, and that's why I was hollering, get rid of it, get rid of it. He just kept going, and all of a sudden he's got 8 yards. So great job by the junior.
So on a 4th down, they make it. Then on first down, they're one of their first passing plays, and they end up with about a 7 or 8 yard gain. Hand off Franklin. Franklin bursts through for another Owatonna Huskies first down across the 45 to the 46. Clock will be rolling, though, with 2:18 to go once they set the chains. Franklin on the carry. On a big first half for the Owatonna senior. The wind picks up. The rain steadily falls here at Paul Giel Field in Winona. 3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Emmanuelson to throw. Stays in the pocket this time. Runs to his right. throws on the
Yep.
run,
Oh.
in and out of the hands of Holcomb. Incomplete pass at precisely 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Manny broke out of the pocket, and then Holcomb broke down across the field, and he was there. And I tell you, give Emmanuelson some credit, Roy.
Yeah.
The ball was right there. That's at least 3 drops for Owatonna so far tonight. And I understand why you're driving the ball. It's miserable, and I get it. And so second down and 10 for Owatonna. 2 minutes exactly remaining here. First half, Huskies on top 8-0.
We started with just the wind, or with the rain. Now we've added wind, and the temperature feels like it's dropping, and the wind is still falling. Second and 10 to pass Emmanuelson. Deep drop, lots of time. A bubble screen
Another drop.
over the middle is dropped by Westfall. Now the Huskies will be looking at 3rd and 10 from their own 46-yard line.
Boy, and that play was there. The ball is a little behind Blake Westfall. He had to reach back, but if he catches that, it's a big gain for Owatonna. 3rd and 10 for the Huskies.
My goodness, Brad. Somebody said it wasn't supposed to be windy tonight.
That was me.
Oh, thanks, Brad. 4 wide in this formation for the Huskies on a 3rd and 10. Emmanuelson has the ball. The blitz is there, and he falls down. He got tackled. He got somebody got an ankle, and then as he spun away and tried to regain his footing, he couldn't quite do it. He goes down. A big sack, a loss of about 15 or more on the play, and the Huskies look at 4th down with the minute and a half remaining in the first half.
Well, big play by Winona.
Player interviews coming up at half. The Zappa Agency stats will make stuff up, if nothing else. Got one Owatonna interception. A timeout is taken by the Windhawks. Remember, the Coaches Show airs Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock on AM 1390 KRFO. And we have our Coaches Show page up and running online, catcountry105.com or krforadio.com. Our Coaches Show page will feature some of our over-the-air interviews each week. So be sure to look for that on the trending bar online, both catcountry105.com or at krforadio.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at KRFOAM1390, or you can follow me on Twitter at Voice of OHS. Voice of OHS. Your first call if you need your vehicle repaired or restored is Cappy's Auto Restoration, of course. 451-8989. Stay happy, see Cappy. Huskies open with consecutive road games. They'll be at Century next week. And then host Faribault, a team they didn't even play last year for the first time in about 70 years or so.
Now, and how can that be?
Yeah.
How can we not play Faribault?
Shame, an absolute shame. But Owatonna will play Faribault in the home opener on the 12th. They'll have a big party beforehand, so be sure to be there early on Friday night, September 12th. To punt is Sorensen. He's at his 18-yard line. The ball is there. Didn't get this one off well. And it will take a Winona bounce at the 35-yard line and down there.
Punt.
He didn't really catch it in his hands. He kind of caught it in his body and then had to get the ball in his hands and get it into punting position. Sorensen has had a couple of boomers off that right leg of his, but that one went end over end and did not go very far at all. So with 1:16 to go, Huskies leading 8-0. Winona has some great field position.
Well, let's see what the Windhawks can do here. Huskies will, their defense has just been dynamite so far tonight. And we need to come up big one more time here before the half.
Winona, by the way, flashing in plays with big cards held on the sidelines, just
Wonder
as
where they got
the
that from.
Huskies have done. Probably from Oregon. Pressure, quarterback popped it up in the air, and two Huskies fighting for the rebound. Holcomb and Sorensen got in each other's way, or at least that's almost what it appeared, in trying to catch that ball. They got popped up in the air.
We haven't caught a ball all night. I mean, that's an absolute gimme interception, and we don't catch it.
Except Moen.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Moen has the only catch of the night for either
It was
team.
an interception.
Yeah, an interception.
But that should have been picked up. Great job by pressure by the Owatonna front.
Second down and 10. Huskies 34-yard line. Winona in great field position after the tough punt. To throw. Throw to the right, got hit as he released it. And the catch is made at the 20, at the 15, down to the 10-yard line. A nice catch is made indeed by Winona's Millick.
And number 29, Brandon Moe.
Let's see what happens. I mean, we can play great, and then basically get beat there on a fluke. All of a sudden it's 23 yards, and now Winona's marching in.
Minute to go in the first half. It's only an 8-0 Owatonna lead.
That's why we got to intercept that ball in the play.
Ball goes through the legs of the... Oh, it's still loose on the ground. And it is covered up by Winona back at the 20. Now, the Windhawks do have 2 timeouts left. There's another shotgun snap that was a bad snap, this time going through the quarterback's legs. They've gone back to Apicelli as the quarterback, by the way.
Yeah, Kingland came in for the sack, but the ball was laying right there. He should have jumped on it.
And now Apicelli comes off, and Tim has come back in at quarterback. So Winona rotating quarterbacks. I think the Huskies have used Emmanuelson on every play. Tim to throw. Tim in trouble. Tim brings in Kingland. Kingland tackles him for a sack.
Man, that's a loss of 7 or 8, and Kingland came clean through the middle that time. He came from the outside the play before, that time up through the middle, and a loss of 7, and another sack for Owatonna. And, man, it's crazy how many sacks the Huskies have, Roy.
Well, defensive play of the game. We'll have a defensive play of the game, which is presented by World of Wheels. World of Wheels at 910 Hoffman Drive, Owatonna. They have their vehicles marked with the best price all day, every day, making your shopping easy at World of Wheels, 910 Hoffman Drive, Owatonna. A lot of different possibilities for that defensive play of the game later on. Timeout was taken by the Windhawks. Radio coverage is also brought to you in part by Plaza Morena Campestre Grill, by American Legion Post 77, serving those who served, by Federated Insurance Company, Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop.
Yeah.
8-0 Owatonna. Long run by Julius Franklin on the opening drive. Owatonna got a safety a little while after that. They were in the red zone one other time and didn't score on that time. They have lost the ball. They've fumbled several times, but have recovered each of them. And now it is third down and long. There's 16 seconds to go. Winona at the Owatonna 28-yard line. A jet sweep kind of look. They hand the ball off, fake the reverse, and then caught in the backfield by Kingland.
Wow.
The fake on the reverse. The ball carrier then runs into Matt Kingland, who makes the tackle for a loss to the
Penalty
34.
marker down, however. That same ref from the side by Owatonna likes to throw the flag. Let's see what this is.
Where do we have
False
a
start.
procedure call on Winona? So do they replay the play?
Yeah, usually if they call a false start, the referee will run in and try to stop things. They just kind of let it go.
And they're going to let the play stand.
Yep. So nice play by Kingland. We've called his name an awful lot. A loss of 7.
10 seconds remaining.
This is 4th down. This would be most likely their last play of the half. Yeah, clock is running.
Yeah, 4th down.
This is it.
So the Winona quarterback is at the 45-yard line. Look for a pass. It wasn't there. Now runs with it. Now throws on the run, middle of the field toward the end zone. It's deflected and then deflected again. Rocha, I believe it was Rocha. No, it wasn't Rocha.
It
was Borchert going for the interception. Got a hand on it, knocked it down. Incomplete pass to the goal line. So the Windhawks certainly bring a dramatic end to the first half by getting the ball down to the goal line and then getting it into the end zone on that play. But Borchert ends up knocking it away. So we've completed the first half of the first game of the season, and Owatonna has an 8-0 lead over the Windhawks. Back to recap the first half and get to some of our halftime features, including player interviews, after this on Cat Country 105. Okay. 8-0 Owatonna with the lead over Winona here at the half. Let's get to some player interviews right now on Cat Country 105. 8-0 Huskies lead the Windhawks. Talking to Owatonna High School senior Jesse Starks, one of the captains for Owatonna football, and just got to briefly touch on last year. Some big memories about being at the Dome, big memories about that whole experience of winning a title.
Well, it was fun while it lasted, but it's a new year now, and we've got to put that behind us and start going again for this year, and hopefully we can make another run.
When did you, in the off season, start to refocus on this year, do workouts for this year? When did you start thinking about this season?
Right when last season ended, right away got into the weight room, started working, then through track season, kept working out, and then all summer, everybody started focusing. Around July, everybody was real pumped and ready to go out and practice.
And I'm sure you're excited for the Friday night or Thursday night lights or whatever it happens to be. What about practice? Can you enjoy some aspects of practice, or is that all just hard work and pretty tough?
Well, practice is always fun. It's always fun to go out and bang up a little bit, but game nights are way better when you can hit an opponent instead of hitting dummies.
You got a chance to scrimmage against some teams in the Twin Cities, some pretty good teams back on Saturday. Some thoughts about what you guys learned there?
Well, a lot of our players hadn't seen any varsity snaps, so it was good to see them get some reps on varsity and get the experience and see how fast the game is. And big learning experience for a lot of the guys, a lot of movement in the depth charts, and see what people can do.
What do you think are going to be some of the keys early on for Owatonna football?
Just playing fast, being extremely disciplined, and for the most part just working hard because we don't have the talent where we can just go out and throw the ball up and do all kinds of flashy stuff. It's hard work and playing hard and fast.
And you mentioned how some guys haven't had a lot of varsity experience. Can you remember your first varsity experience and what that was?
Oh, yep. Last year against Mayo and the scrimmage too, it's just way faster. The guys are bigger. It's just the whole tempo, play to play, just plays go off faster, guys run faster, and it's just, you got to get used to it. And when we got guys getting pulled up that are sophomores that played only freshmen, and now they're coming up playing varsity, and they even told me that it's just way different than what they expected.
Okay. What positions are you going to play, Jesse?
I'll be a defensive tackle and a right tackle on the O-line.
Do you have a favorite side of the ball, offense or defense?
Defense.
Defense, and why is that?
Like hitting people.
That's I guess that's kind of a pretty easy one. What are the strengths of Owatonna's defense from what you've seen in practice and what you know about who's coming? What's a note or two about the defense?
I believe we're going to have a really solid run-stopping team, and our D-line, a lot of returning starters, including me, and then our linebackers are pretty solid too.
Thoughts about Winona?
I think we're ready for them. I think the scrimmage really helped prepare us for what we're going to see there, and I think we're pretty well prepped.
All right, Jesse Starks, Owatonna senior, one of the captains. So thanks. Good luck on the season.
Thank you.
Matt Kingland is a senior for Owatonna football as well. And Matt, what positions do you play?
Offense, I'm a tight end, and on defense, I'm an outside linebacker.
Offensive side of the ball, what are some of your responsibilities? What are you going to be doing as a tight end?
Tight end, you just pretty much got to hold the edge, make sure you got the edge all sealed up, whether the running back wants to bounce or not. It's kind of up to your block.
Did you play that position before?
I've played tight end ever since I started playing football in junior high. I came out and they told me to go play tight end, so that's what I've been running since then.
What did they see in you that they said go play tight end?
Well, I play basketball, so just kind of the basketball sort of mentality, just kind of jump up and go get it sort of thing. It kind of fits the build.
Okay. Will they throw you the ball much, do you think? Or maybe you can't reveal that big secret. Who knows?
If I'm open.
Okay. So there might be some place for you to catch the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
All
Game to game, week to week, we'll see.
All right. What have you seen from the quarterbacks? You got Alex and you got Trey both working out there, and I know they both got some reps in the scrimmage. A comment or two about the quarterbacks and what they do well?
It's a really tight race right now. They're both playing really well. They're both putting the balls where they need to be. It's just kind of a week to week thing. They're going to keep battling it out. No one's going to have the upper hand until probably never. They're just going to keep going at it and making each other better, so that's a good thing.
Is the offense starting to click, considering how much turnover between the scrimmage and your practices? Are you starting to feel okay or good on the offensive side in practice?
I think we're finally starting to get to the pace where we wanted to. At the beginning, during 2 days, we were still kind of slow learning the offense, but then once we started learning the plays, we're starting to get it to click a little more faster to the point where how we want to run our offense. So we're getting there.
On the defensive side, you said linebacker, and you played some there last year, as I recall, in varsity, right?
Yeah, I played a little bit. I was behind Andrew Beatty, who was all-conference outside linebacker, so I had a pretty good mentor. So.
Okay. What kind of things did you learn from him, or what are some of the important things to know and do as a linebacker?
It's just a bunch of keys, a lot of reads. As an outside backer, you're mostly on the tight end. You just got to read what he does. You just got to feel him. It's not a lot of looking. You just got to feel him.
Okay. You guys, on defense, you're not looking at the ball too much, are you?
Not really, depending on only if you're keen, but outside backers, you don't do that all that much.
Okay. And is there a side of the ball you like better, offense or defense?
They're both pretty even. I'm starting to like defense a little more because I finally started to like work at it a little more. I've had to work a lot harder at defense because it didn't quite come as natural to me as offense, so I'm starting to like that a little better.
What are you thinking about for the season as a whole? Can you guys start to put goals or expectations on things, or is it kind of a day-to-day?
Day-to-day thing, week to week. Business is business. Take care of it. First week, Winona, got to take care of business there, not looking on to the next week, just 1 week at a time.
Just to quickly ask, what's a memory or two or three you'll carry with you from the state championship experience?
Just being in the Dome. Being the last state championship or state tournament in the Dome, it was pretty unique to be up there and have that experience, and having a great group of seniors that led us to it and being really good mentors for leading us into this year.
Do you feel you guys will have a target on your back? Everybody sees you as the defending champs and has a little bit extra to try and give you?
Well, we were the state champs last year. Like you said, everyone's going to want to dethrone us, and everyone's going to look at us like they were the state champs. We got to take them out. So every week it's just going to be a challenge.
I'm sure that makes it fun, maybe?
It's a challenge. Got to accept the challenge.
Well, very good. I know you guys will. Matt Kingland, Owatonna Senior, thanks and good luck.
Oh, thank you.
All right, a player interview segment here at halftime from Winona. We're closing in on the second half. We've got some stats to get your way and get you set for the second half of football. It's a tight one, 8-0. Owatonna with the lead over Winona. Back with more from Paul Gilfield after this on Cat Country 105. 8-0. Owatonna has the lead over Winona. Yeah, just 8-0 is the score at the half. We've got another score to pass along. The Casson-Manorville Comets on the night they dedicate an artificial turf in Dodge Center. Casson-Manorville leading Triton 24-0. And up at TCF Bank Stadium, where they actually covered the artificial surface to put grass on for soccer matches earlier this summer. They're back on their regular surface at TCF Bank Stadium. And the Golden Gophers have a 21-0 lead is what I had at one point, and I don't know if that has changed or not. But those are some of your scores. I guess my fingers are too cold to activate my phone.
I got the, what do you call that, the wrinkled finger deal here.
Oh, here we go. Gophers up. Oh, I think it's 21-0. That's an old text I was looking at there. But the Gophers up 21-0, but I want to include the fact that this is an All-American Auto Glass scoreboard. If you have that little ding in your car windshield, be sure to give All-American Auto Glass a call at 363-6101. All-American Auto Glass on the scoreboard. The rain is still falling, pretty light but pretty steady. And Brad, you've got some statistics there?
Yeah, you know what? I do, Roy. If I can, let me click back here on this file. I got Julius Franklin, 17 carries for 134 yards in the first half, including a big 63-yard touchdown run on Owatonna's first possession. Al Holcomb 7 for 18. And Emmanuelson 6 for 6. And there's a 13-yard sack included that. Owatonna 30 carries, 158 yards through the air, 0 for 5. But Manny hasn't, he's thrown, 3 passes should have been caught for sure. So no passing yardage for Owatonna, 158 total. For Winona, they got Clark 6 for 21, and then it's been all backwards for the rest of them. They have 17 rushes for minus 34 yards. That includes some sacks, a bunch of sacks. And through the air, they're 3 for 5 for 35 yards. So they had minus 34 on the ground, 35 through the air. That adds up to 1 yard. 1 yard of offense for the Winona Windhawks. And then the rest of my page turns into mush, and we'll try to do this in the second half if we can.
Stats of the game brought to you by the Zappa Agency. In football, blown coverage can cost you the game, but blown coverage in life can bankrupt you. Make sure you've got the right defense for your auto, home, and life. Call the Zappa Agency with American National Insurance for all your insurance needs at 451-9343. Huskies will kick off momentarily. The clock is wound down to 0 for the start of this second half. On Cat Country Radio, Cat Country 105, 104.9 FM. Coaches Show Saturday morning at 9 on AM 1390 KRFO. Next week, we've got Owatonna High School volleyball at Rochester Century on Thursday night on AM 1390. And Huskies football at the Century Panthers on Friday night, also on AM 1390 KRFO. Go for football on AM 1390 tonight. That's why we're on Cat Country 105, always online through krforadio.com.
You know, our Husky girls volleyball, you know, they beat Prior Lake the other night, which I was there, and you're, of course, doing the game. A very warm gym. Prior Lake's in the
top 10.
Top 10, yeah. They shut out Chanhassen the other night, so the Huskies, turns out to be a really nice win.
Nice indeed. Spencer Sorensen kicks it off. It will land at the 10. Dropped and picked up at the 10 to the 15 to the 20 and
nice
dragged
tackle
down there. Oh boy.
I think.
I'm going to get that number. I'm pretty
sure.
Is that
Austin Abbas?
I would
or is
say.
It 64?
No, I would say you're right with Abbas.
Okay.
Austin Abbas, a nice special teams
Nicely
play.
done, you bet.
So an 8-0 Owatonna lead. That's it. 8-zip Huskies. They were real close to the end zone one other time. Otherwise, drop passes and penalties have plagued Owatonna. For Winona, just snapping the ball to the quarterback has proved to be a difficult job. And in fact, the quarterback is going to come up under center, it appears. So they make that transition. Owatonna started this way. Handoff, running left. Now bouncing to the outside of the 20 to the 25-yard line. Churning forward to about the 30 is enough for a Winhawk first down on their first play of the second half.
Yeah, by far they're one of their best plays of the night. Gain of 14, gain of 15 actually. They're going to mark it at the 31.
So first down and 10. Handoff, bouncing off tacklers. Wow. Huskies had him wrapped up around the line of scrimmage. He bounced away and moved out to the 35-yard line.
Missed tackles there at the line by Owatonna. Gain of 4. Should have been no gain, but 2nd and 6 for Winona. So the Winhawks come out kind of fired up here on offense.
2nd and 6 for the Winhawks. So now 35-yard line.
Winhawks are coming under center, I formation, wide receiver each direction. Second down and about 6. Winhawks go from left to right in the second half. Fake to the deep man, pass over to the right side, wide open to the 40. First down to the 45 and 50. Nice downfield blocking, slipping past a tackler, and then Rocha brings him down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, big play for Winona. That's going to be a gain of 30 yards for the Winhawks. So just a little flip pass. And, you know, we talk about how Owatonna has dominated, Roy, but they didn't put Winona away. And then you give up a short little pass, and they break it out for a big run, and all of a sudden, Winona is marching.
Huskies 35-yard line. Pitch to the deep man, going to the left, then cuts it inside, about a 5-yard gain. It's Matthew Clark, a senior, on the carry there for the Winhawks.
It looks like Braves got in on the tackle, gain of about 3.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 now for the Winhawks.
Hilly, one of the linebackers, Holcomb, a linebacker, as well as Kingland and Braves. 3 down linemen for Owatonna. They'll hand it off again to Clark. Clark caught in the backfield, grabbing a fistful and not letting go as Sam Hilly. Had a couple other teammates come over and help out, but Hilly got to him first.
Yep, Hilly was there, had a shirt full. And Abbas was there again for Owatonna. Called his name a couple times in this half.
So Abbas is on the D-line?
Yeah,
he is. Sorensen is out, so you've got Noldner, Starks, and Abbas on that D-line right now for Owatonna. 3rd down and 6, penalty flags rain in.
Winona jumped, Owatonna pointing, there it is.
Secondary includes Westfall, Borchert. Okay, I don't have a 3. Uh-oh, who's
Yeah,
3?
there was it's not on there.
Yikes.
Now we move back 5 yards for the 36, making a 3rd and 11 for the Winhawks.
And Rocha in the secondary as well, but Owatonna has a player not on the roster. So 3 down linemen and then a 4th, which is Kingland in a 2-point stance. 3rd down and 11 from the Huskies, 36-yard line. Owatonna showing blitz, another penalty flag.
I think Winona jumped again. They did.
Another 5-yard mark off for the Winhawks. Remember, the defensive play of the game brought to you by World of Wheels at 910 Hoffman Drive, Owatonna. Huskies have had many sacks today. They had the interception by Barishka. Owatonna did not convert on that drive, but it kept play on the Winona side of the field for quite an extended time in that first half. World of Wheels, the defensive play of the game. In addition to using a play card, Winona also has some numbers on a board. They're going to go with Clark to the outside. Clark, and Rocha gets a hold of him and brings him down as kind of the last means of defense.
Yeah, that was a big tackle by Rocha, because that almost was a big play for Winona. But Isaac Rocha, the senior D-back, who played a lot last year for Owatonna, made a big stop there for the Huskies, and 4th and 9 for the Winhawks.
So a pretty big pickup of those the penalties that march Winona back. They've got 4th and 9 from the Huskies 34. They're going for it. Huskies lead 8-0, 8:45 to go in the third quarter. Wideouts both ways, and Apicelli under center, looks to pass. Huskies get through, but he gets away from it. Throws it over to the right side. Penalty flags come in. The ball, I think, was caught anyway, and as Brad just indicated, probably pass interference against Owatonna, but the ball was caught, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Owatonna should have had a sack. That was a great play by the quarterback. Is that Apicelli back there? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
He avoided the sack and then made a great throw. And Winona's going to decline the penalty. You're right, Roy. The ball was caught. So first down, Winhawks, and they are marching. And Spencer Sorensen has not played in this second half. I don't know if he... Oh, there he is on the sidelines. Looks like he's getting ready to come in.
So it's a first down and 10 from the Huskies' 18-yard line. Rain has fallen this entire game, playing on an artificial surface, though, so that's not a big deal. The fake on the pitch, the handoff up the middle, touchdown Winhawks. They fake the pitch and hand the ball off. I think it's Remlinger. Is it 41?
Yep.
41 Remlinger is the ball carrier that time. It's an 8-6 game, and the Winhawks, if they were to go for 2, have the opportunity to tie this football game.
Wow.
Winhawks are going to go for 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apicelli to throw into the end zone, picked off by Holcomb, and that will end the try. So 8-6. Owatonna with the lead, but it's been trimmed to 8-6 over Winona. Owatonna had some great offensive play. Well, had that one great offensive play early in the game, looking for another, and we'll be looking for an offensive play of the game, brought to you by Old Town Bagels. If you have never tried a bagel from Old Town Bagels downtown Owatonna, then you really don't know what a real bagel is. They make their own fresh every day, no preservatives and no fat. Over 13 varieties of cream cheese mixed right there, and they're one-of-a-kind sandwiches made fresh to order, breakfast or lunch, affordable, fresh and delicious. Everything looks good at Old Town Bagels, downtown Owatonna.
Well, the Huskies dominated that first half, Roy. Yardage-wise, I mean, but only led 8-0. And what does Winona do? They come out. Spencer Sorensen is not in the game here to start the second half. Not sure what's going on. But the Winhawks just march right down. They have a huge play by their quarterback on what should have been a sack for Owatonna. Makes a great throw, and then they fake that pitch and run that quick little draw play, and all of a sudden we've got a football game. It's 8-6 Owatonna.
8:23 to go in the third quarter. Rain coming down in sheets. Owatonna cheerleaders battle through in their soaked jackets as well. On the return to the 25-yard line, to the 30, 35, not quite to the 35, is Jacob Johnson.
Yeah, nice return.
So Owatonna will have a first down. Your car have a ding. Make Cappy's phone ring. Cappy's Auto Restoration at 451-8989. Stay happy. See Cappy. Emmanuelson took all the snaps in the first half. Owatonna, senior quarterback, and he is going to be in there again. Westfall and Fortchert and Rocha, the receivers. Franklin had that great first half, as Brad mentioned. Noldner, the center. Kingland, the tight end. Handoff, Franklin runs right, gets popped, but stays on his feet. Forward progress might get him the 44-yard line. The interior part of the line, you've got Clausen and Harrison, as well as Starks in there. Noldner, as I mentioned, as the returning man at center. Second down and 7. Handoff again to Franklin. Franklin runs right into the heart of the defense. maybe crosses the 40. Winona's
Winona
indicating
says
they have the
fumble, but
football.
Official says down, so.
Rockensock, by the way, the other member of that offensive line. So I think I got them all now. Those were the starters, and it does look like those are all the guys in there right now as well. 8-6. Owatonna leading with 7:15 to go in the third quarter.
Big play here, Roy. We need a first down. We got to keep this football.
3rd and 3. Ball at the 41-yard line. Owatonna's own side of midfield. A little high in the snap, handoff, and buried in the backfield. That one went nowhere. Huskies are looking at a 4th and 7, a loss on the play.
Yep. Loss of 3. Nothing going. It goes. The snap was a little high, but there was nowhere for Franklin to run. I mean, Owatonna was lucky they didn't turn the ball over. Now let's see who's going to punt.
Sorensen is out
in.
there. Yep.
Okay.
Sorensen is out there. Clock running, 6:40 to go, third quarter. 8-6. Owatonna. Huskies have won, I believe it's 12 in a row over Winona, and really have only had one close game during that stretch. Here's the punt. He just got it away. Bounces at the 35. Rolls then out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So Winona has some pretty decent field position to start this next drive. 6:21 to go, third quarter, 8-6. Owatonna leads. Tomorrow night, the Cat Country 105 game of the week is New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva at Sibley East. Jason Iacovino will have the call, probably sitting inside a press box. The smaller the school, the bigger the press box. Go down to Rushford once. You could play football inside the press box. 6:21 to go, third quarter. Pitch, back, running left, Clark. That's cut off. Here comes Sorensen.
Ouch.
And he puts a licking on him. Abbas was there as well for Owatonna. Austin Abbas is a junior. And it's a loss of 2, second and, loss of 1 maybe, 2nd and 11 from the 31 for the Windhawks.
Spencer, I mean, he just does a great job of getting underneath the pads of the center or the guard, whoever's trying to block him or both of them, and just shoves them into the backfield. What happens when the back has to take a big wide route, and your guys can get there and make the stop.
Hand off to the deep man. Again, that middle's clogged pretty well.
There.
Abbas
in there.
and Kingland. A loss of another 1 on the play, 3rd and 12 coming up for Winona. Now, you mentioned that first half. Owatonna defensively held him to what, 1 yard of offense?
1 yard of total offense, yeah.
But Owatonna not taking advantage of their own opportunities and end up with just the 8-0 lead. Now it's 8-6.
Yeah, the only thing offensive we did was on 4th down, and Julius broke that big run.
One play. Motion out of the backfield for the Windhawks. They've got trips to the right now. Lots of time to pass. The throw deep down the field. Man is there. Knocked away.
Nice play.
By Borchert. Borchert went up in the air. The intended receiver, I think, was Millick. And Borchert made the play and knocked it away. Borchert, a junior receiver and DB.
Yeah, nice play by Borchert. Huskies, they had a little trouble getting lined up there on defense. They looked a little confused just for a second. Winona took the shot downfield. Borchert was there, made the play, and I think it was a good no call. Of course, I'm for Owatonna, but I think it was a good no call, and Winona will line up to kick.
Rocha and Borchert back to receive the punt. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go, third quarter, 8-6, Owatonna. Here's the snap. Good snap to the punter from his 15-yard line. Gets a very good kick away. Slow wobbler. It'll bounce at the 35 right into the arms of Borchert. And he gets hit right away and driven down at the 34-yard line. Huskies will have it at their 34. First down and 10 from there. Remember next week, and we'll be on the air with the 7 o'clock kickoff, the Hy-Vee kickoff. Hot deals that are back at Hy-Vee in Owatonna. Prices are hotter than ever. Stop into Owatonna Hy-Vee and save today on Hy-Vee's smoking prices, and use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card. Save even more on fuel at your Owatonna Hy-Vee, home of the Fuel Saver. 7 o'clock kickoff, 6:40 pregame next Friday night, September 5th, Owatonna at Rochester Century. The home opener comes in week 3. Offset eye, Emanuelson to take the snap from Noldner. Winona jumped, didn't cross the line. Inside handoff, and that's Franklin. Pops off guys, gets out to about the 39, 38. Pickup of at least 4, and the Huskies have a second down there.
Nice play for the Huskies. Nice gain of 5 off that left side. And we just desperately need a drive here on offense. Royal Huskies lead by only 2.
4:40 to go in the third quarter.
And they've moved the ball, fairly well all night. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
5-yard gain, 2nd down and 5 now for Owatonna. And this is a snap to the up man, but he lost the ball.
There you go.
And it's covered by Franklin. The up man was actually standing alongside the quarterback, Holcomb.
We saw that play run a lot last year to Luke Wanyas.
Yep.
And Owatonna just flat out drops the ball. And now instead of 3rd and short, it's 3rd and 8. And Owatonna has not completed a pass all night.
Huskies in their own 56-yard line.
They'll send receivers both directions. A trio in the backfield, the offset running backs, and Emmanuelson lined up between them on 3rd down. Fakes the handoff. Emmanuelson rolls right, gets a nice block down there to stay alive, throws the ball intended for Kingland. It is incomplete. There was another player after that, an Owatonna player even, that had a chance as it flew by Kingland, but it's incomplete, and Owatonna looks at 4th down. They'll send in the punting unit at their own 36-yard line, leading just 8-6.
Yeah, Emmanuelson got a nice block in order to get set up outside. One of our linemen peeled back and picked up the rusher, and he had a chance to set up, but the pass was behind Kingland and then almost caught by somebody else.
Yeah.
But I think he was throwing it for Kingland, so Owatonna will line up and kick.
From the 23-yard line, Spencer Sorensen awaits the snap. It's there, gets it away, pretty good. Not much rotation to it. It'll be returnable from the 30, though. From the 30 to the 35, makes a nice move, and there was also some good blocks. Tackled at the 41-yard line. Borchert got erased on a nice
let's see if he stays out there, Roy.
special
defense.
teams block.
That was a great block by the Winona kid. Nice kick by Spencer, but a nice return by Winona. They'll take over at the 41.
From their own 41-yard line, 3:43 to go in the third quarter. 8-6. That's the score, 8-6. Owatonna with the lead. Play-by-play brought to you in part by Owatonna Veterinary Hospital, Dr. Jim Goody and Dr. Tammy Bauer, and by Mayo Clinic Health System in Owatonna.
Well, the rain has really let up a lot.
Yeah, it's just kind of a fine, more of a heavy mist falling right now. A little bit breezy at times. Much cooler than what we usually see for a late August football opener. First down 10, a long time dead ball, a procedure call on Winona, so it'll be marched back 5 yards and a 1st and 15 coming up.
Well, we've seen the Windhawks with a number of motion procedure penalties tonight on offense.
Appicelli, the quarterback, they flip between him and Tim at times. High formation, wide receiver each direction. Appicelli takes it, drops, quick throw to the right side, incomplete, in and out of Millick's hands. He was open, incomplete, 2nd and 15 coming up.
It's just brutally hard to catch the ball just with your hands today. It's just, both teams have just dropped a number of balls. That was a great pass. That was right there. It just went right through his hands.
2nd down and 15, clock stop with 3:40 to go, third quarter. Wideouts both ways. The offensive line pointing fingers on who's got who. Huskies had 5 on the D line. They hand the ball off up the middle. This was kind of that fake pitch again, and then hand it off up the middle. Starks helps finish off that play. The Owatonna senior returner on the line, and it's a 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Hawks.
Yeah, that was the play they ran for the touchdown, just the opposite way. That time they faked it left and tried to run that quick little draw trap, and Starks was right there that time for the Huskies. So 3rd and about 12 for Winona.
Sorensen lines up over the center on this 3rd and 12, as Brad just said. 3:10 to go in the third quarter.
Kingland's coming in a blitz, it looks like.
Quarterback drops back to a shotgun formation now. The snap is there. He looks to his left, throws it. Man is there. It's caught across the 45 and stopped at the 48-yard line. Leaves him about 3 yards short of the first down. A 4th down coming up for Winona.
But when you blitz, then you leave your guys one-on-one out there. And Winona did a nice job of picking that up. They got the ball out there. They're going to pick up about 10 or 11 yards, but give Blake Westfall some credit. He had to make the tackle. He was the guy out there, and he did it, and left them just short of the first down.
They are going to line up to go for it for the moment on a 4th down and about 2 from their 49. They need to get to the Owatonna 49. 2.5 to go, third quarter, 8-6. Huskies led 8-0 at the half. Winona scored early in the third quarter. 8-6 is our score. A safety is the difference right now. 4th down and 2. Quarterback up under center. High formation behind him. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, throws it over to the right side. It's caught. First down at the 48.
Yep, I think he's got it.
Just got the first down. Hilly, one of those in on the tackle for Owatonna.
You know, that was I didn't think Winona was just going to run it up the middle because I don't think they can pick up 2 yards there. That was a nice play call by Winona. It was well defensed by Owatonna. We had a player there. It was just a nice throw, nice catch, and a quick tackle. But just give Winona credit there. They picked up the 2 yards that they needed.
Shotgun, quick snap back to Apicelli. Looks left, has time, now stumbles and falls, and then gets smooshed by Spencer Sorensen. So Sorensen got a piece of him, knocked him down. There's another sack. Our defensive play of the game today could very well be the sack in general. World of Wheels presents the defensive play of the game. Over 25 vehicles in stock. Price to move. They have their vehicles marked with the best price all day, every day. World of Wheels, 910 Hoffman Drive, Owatonna. Second down and about 16. Back to pass. Lots of time. Now comes the pressure and then some sort of shovel. I don't know what that was. Incomplete pass, a sideways shot put. This must.
Wow. Well, they're trying to set up a screen pass, and Owatonna was just all over it. And then Abbas was there putting the heat on, and Apicelli just, what do I do? So he just kind of floofed it forward. I don't know.
That was a floof?
It was a floof.
I've always wondered what a floof was.
Third and long for Winona.
Is that F-L-O-O-F or is that a U-F?
F-L-O-U-F-F-E. Flouffe. It's the French football term.
Third down and 16 for the Windhawks at their own 46. Huskies lead 8-6. Apicelli to throw. Has time. Throw over the middle into double coverage. It's caught, and it might be enough for a first down.
It is.
Boy, they picked up that 3rd and 25 in the first half. They pick up a 3rd and 16 here to the Owatonna 38-yard line.
16 right on the button. That was another nice throw.
They might actually want to measure it. I felt he was a little further up the field, so I don't think in either case it's going to be extremely close. So they'll bring the chains across. If they don't have the first down, they certainly are going to go for it on 4th and short. But Spencer's heading out of the game right now. He's kind of limping. So Noldner comes back in the middle, and Spencer just about runs over the guy with the chains who's coming onto the field. See if the ball's good enough for a first down. Gophers were leading their game. KRFO AM 1390 for that. Twins on a delayed basis coming up.
Yeah, they did not make it.
No. See, I think it was a bad spot, to be honest, but we'll take it.
So 4th and about a foot or so.
So 4th and very, very short.
Noldner checks in for Sorensen. And the Winona coaches who are sitting in the press box next to us, I could hear him say, he's going out. So they noticed.
So, Brad, last time on the 4th and short, you felt they would not run it. Do you think this time they do run it up the middle?
Yeah, I think so, because last time it was 4th and about 2, and this time it's 4th and about a foot. And big number 7 is not in the game.
Let's see if Noldner can fill those shoes. Not nearly as big, of course, but here they do. They run it with the quarterback.
He's got it.
Boy, on a second surge, he certainly will have it. In fact, it's a gain of about 2.5. So a first down for Winona. We're in the closing minute of the third quarter. Hey, if you need your vehicle restored or repaired, Cappy's Auto Restoration can handle the job. 451-8989. Stay happy. See Cappy. First and 10 from the 36 of Owatonna. 8-6, the Huskies lead. Windhawks driving. Get it to Clark. Clark sweeps left. Clark has the corner and then is tackled around the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, maybe 5 yards down to the Owatonna 32.
Well, Winona's offense has been much better in this half. Much better. They've run it a little bit, and they've completed some nice throws in big situations.
Well, one thing is the snaps to the quarterback have been there.
Yeah.
Got writer's cramp from holding my umbrella. To pass. Quick fling to the right. It's caught. Then stepping inside is Millick. He's tackled by Hilly and company at the 20-yard line, but that's plenty for a first down. That brings the third quarter to an end. Winona driving. Huskies leading 8-6. The fourth quarter is next on Cat Country 105. Well, a big drive coming up, a big goal line, well, not quite goal line stand, but it's certainly right on the edge of the red zone there at the 20-yard line. Winona driving. Huskies leading, but by just an 8-6 score over the Windhawks.
And Winona has been the better team in the second half. I mean, their offense has moved the ball. They've scored the only touchdown. And they are marching again. First down from the 20-yard line of Owatonna.
First down. Back to pass Appicelli. Pump fake once. Now throws into the corner of the end zone and knocked away.
Nicely played. And what number was that, Roy?
Well,
was that Borchert?
Borchert.
Yeah,
Borchert
that was another. That was a beautiful defense. Stride for stride, turned at the right time, and knocked that ball away in the end zone. Nice job, Jake Borchert.
Second down and 10. Ball pretty much at the 20-yard line of Owatonna. Windhawks in dark gray uniforms going from right to left here at Paul Giel Field. Umbrellas still up.
Yeah, well,
running play, nothing.
Well, it was what's the old saying? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, and then that time it didn't work again, and the third time it hasn't worked. So that little draw worked great the one time, and since then Owatonna has stuffed it both times.
Sorensen is back in the middle right now defensively for Owatonna. Third down and 11 from the 21. Early fourth quarter, 8-6 Owatonna. Huskies had a Franklin touchdown run and a safety by Holcomb. Back to pass, Appicelli now steps forward, now throws it. He was in the grasp of a defender. His throw didn't get all on it, and it is an incomplete pass into the end zone. And now it is fourth down and 11 from the Owatonna 21.
Well, the Windhawks, they've converted some big third and fourth downs in this second half, but that was good pass rush. Appicelli stepped up, but somebody from Owatonna got a hand on him, and he could not really plant and throw that ball across the field, and it fell about 5 yards short of the receiver.
Looks like I've got some pretty good pictures that have been sent to me from TCF Bank Stadium, by the way.
Wow.
Look later online for that, krforadio.com, catcountry105.com. Fourth down and 11. They're going for it from the 21. Hit as he throws toward the end zone. Incomplete into the end zone.
Yeah, and who put the hit on, Roy? Spencer Sorensen just buried Appicelli, and Spencer slow getting up again. But Owatonna will take over. So big job by the defense there. Looked like Winona. I mean, they're putting a scare here into the Huskies, but Owatonna comes up big on defense. Big play by Borchert, and then pressure on the quarterback the last couple times, forcing completions. And the Huskies will take over, still on top, 8-6.
Stay tuned for the post-game show. We'll run through a few of our stats. Brad's still working feverishly over there on his computer, his weather-resistant computer. The Steve Zappa Agency, American National Insurance, presenting the stats of the game. Pitch back to Franklin, goes left, gets past the line of scrimmage, gets past the 25, maybe the 26. 4 or 5 yard pickup.
Yeah, and what Owatonna offense, they need to take this ball and stuff it right down Winona. And we need Julius or somebody to make a big play, make a big run like he did in the first half. And let's get out of here and get in a warm car. Dry car, I should say. Or both.
Emmanuelson under center, hands it off to the first man, Holcomb, and Holcomb gets across the 30 to the 32. That might be enough for a first down.
Yeah,
they're going to move the chains. It is an Owatonna first down. Cappy's Auto Restoration, part of the Owatonna business community since 1989. 451-8989. Stay happy, see Cappy. First down 10, Huskies. Going from left to right. They're wearing the white uniforms, blue numbers, silver helmets. Two wide receivers wide to the short side of the field. That's where Franklin runs, that direction. He gets around the edge a bit to the 34. A couple of yards, second and long coming up.
Well, the Huskies have done that little toss sweep all night. Julius had a great first half, 130-some yards. 134 yards in the first half. Hasn't been quite as much room this second half for Julius, but still picking up nice chunks.
Second down and 8. And I think that's Holcomb that gets it, that goes nowhere.
46 to ball carrier.
Yeah, no gain for Holcomb. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for Owatonna. And the Huskies, who have not completed a pass all night, need something to happen here. 9:30 and counting here, fourth quarter.
Third down and 8. Looks like 28-0. The Golden Gophers leading over Eastern Illinois on the All-American Auto Glass scoreboard. Here it's 8-6, Owatonna leading. Fake on the handoff, rolling
wide
right.
open.
The throw, the catch, bumped down at the 40 is Holcomb. Picked up about
Got five,
Five.
maybe 6. So now this is a big call for Coach Williams.
4th and 2.
This is a big call. His defense has played very well tonight. You go for it on 4th and 2. I think they're gonna.
9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. 8-6 Owatonna. They're on their own side of
Got a timeout
midfield.
coming.
And did Owatonna call timeout? I didn't see an indication which direction. They blew the whistles,
Yeah,
but
Winona was scrambling to get kids on the field.
neither. No, there's no. I don't know what the whistle is, but it's not a
don't know
timeout
either.
whistle.
Here we go. Big play. 4th and 2.
4th and 2. Holcomb and Franklin lined up behind Emmanuelson. 4th down and 2 from the 40. Back to Franklin. He runs to the
got
left. He got it to the 45 and 50. 45 and 40 tackled there. Wow. Deja vu first half almost with the 4th and 2 on the 63-yard touchdown run. This not as long a run, but a critical first down pickup for Owatonna.
Yeah, 19 yards. Perfect call, Roy. That was deja vu. Owatonna had a 4th and 2 in the first half. He broke it for 63 and a touchdown. And that time he picks up a huge first down for Owatonna.
8.5 minutes to go. Clock rolling. Ball at the 41-yard line. Owatonna, I think Emmanuelson just took the plunge forward there. Crosses the 40 down to the 37, 38. And a second down and 8 is coming.
Owatonna, they love quarterback keepers. We see that so often through the year. It's just, it's crazy. And they usually pick up 2, 3, 4, 5 yards almost every time.
Ball at the 38-yard line of Winona. Clock under 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. 8-6 Owatonna. Back to Franklin again. He runs left and picks up what might be enough for another Owatonna first down.
It looks
Very
like
close.
It's close. I don't think we're getting the greatest mark here. We got one guy marking it at the 30, the other guy at the 30 and a half.
Well, somebody's already decided it is an Owatonna Huskies first down. Your first call if you need your vehicle repaired or restored is Cappy's, of course. 451-8989. To the line. Huskies go with 2 wide left.
Yeah, they're taking their time, which they should. Let the clock run down. 7:30 to go, 4th quarter.
Holcomb up close, under center, spin, toss, back to Franklin, runs left, finds a little bit of running room inside the 30, down to the 28, maybe the 27, couple 3 yards on the play.
Well, Julius had 17 carries in that first half. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 this half. So 26 carries for Julius Franklin. How many did he have last year total? Roy gives me the look. You don't want me to get that out, do you? Here we go.
And this is going to be a handoff to
Holcomb. He busts it
through to the 15 to the 10. Wow, he burst on through some way, somehow, and the fullback has been really bottled up, but he got rolling on that play.
Yeah, 19 yards for Holcomb and a 1st and goal for Owatonna. He got stood up, but busted that tackle, and all of a sudden he squirts out, and he's got 19 yards. Owatonna 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
Franklin, 13 carries, 59 yards last season. So here's a 1st and goal for Owatonna with 6.5 to go. Couple wide left. Manuelson under center, ball just inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal to Franklin. Franklin goes left, gets hit, got inside the 10, maybe the 8. 2nd and goal coming from there.
Was not a lot there that time for the Huskies. Give them a yard.
6:15 remaining, 4th quarter.
2nd and goal for Owatonna. They lead by just 2, 8-6.
Well, it's a new team.
It's a
Coach
miserable
Williams
night for football, too.
said in the pregame that there's still some learning and things that have to be done. And this will be to Franklin. Franklin runs right. Nice little move into the inside. Gets inside the 5 down to the 4, maybe the 3. And a 3rd and goal coming from inside the 5-yard line now.
Good job by Julius as he was finishing that run. He covered that ball up, made sure he did not fumble that thing.
3rd and goal from the 3-yard line for the Huskies.
And 3rd and goal from about the 3 for Owatonna.
Again, 2 wide to the left. Ball more or less middle of the field. 3rd and goal from the 3. Snap, spin, and it's Franklin bursts on through, busts a tackle, touchdown. Julius Franklin was hit in the backfield or by the line of scrimmage at the very least and bust through that. Touchdown, Owatonna. Huskies lead it 14-6 with 5:23 to go.
Great job, Huskies offense.
Boy, and they picked up that 4th and 2 on this drive as well. Big drive, moving it down the field for Owatonna. The Huskies are...
This is where it hurts not to have a kicker because it's an extra point.
They actually have to call a timeout.
Yeah, you're up by 9. Instead, you got to go for 2.
Yeah, it's 14-6. You're right. So Owatonna right now leads by 8. PAT, and really you think about what Owatonna has had in recent years for kicking.
It's just automatic.
Carter McCauley and Busho before that.
Yep. You just wrote it down. 7-0, 14-0, 21-0, and now it's...
Yeah. It's a luxury that you don't always have, and Owatonna apparently has found a good guy that can kick, Hayden Barishka, but then he got hurt in practice this week, so because he was kicking PATs and I think punting in practice as well, but he's injured. So now Owatonna has to figure out how they're going to tack on this extra point. As you said, Brad, to make it a 9-point difference, all you need is the extra point. 5:23 to go in the 4th quarter. Defensive play of the game brought to you by World of Wheels. 910 Hoffman Drive with 25 vehicles in stock and price to move. So be thinking about that, Brad. A defensive play of the game.
I got a couple things in mind.
Offensive play of the game as well. That's an old...
Got one in mind for that, too.
Town Bagels offensive play.
Huskies will go for 2.
Huskies going for 2.
Wide receiver each direction. Borchert right and Rocha left under center. Manuelson rolls right, is under pressure, throws it as he is hit, and it's incomplete. So Owatonna's 2-point attempt does not go through, does not convert. They lead 14-6 right now over Winona with 5 minutes and 23 seconds to go in this 4th quarter.
Oh, that was just good defense by Winona. Instant penetration. Emmanuelson, no chance. I think that was at 78. Bickerstaff.
Owatonna cheerleaders do their push-ups after the touchdowns. Cheerleaders were extremely strong after last couple of seasons.
Correct.
Yeah, a year ago, Owatonna came here, won 49-0. Now the Huskies lead 14-6. Aaron Peterson had a big game. He's off at Gustavus. Luke Wanyas is off playing college football at Augustana. Ty Sullivan, despite the terrible leg injury, still going to be participating, as I understand it, with UMD.
Yep.
Oh, there's Stelter.
Stelter, yeah. Where did he go to school again? Oh, yeah, the U.
We've talked about Andrew a couple times, making his Gophers debut presumably today. Minnesota was leading big in their game over Eastern Illinois. AM 1390 KRFO for that. Sorensen on the kickoff. It'll be fielded around the 13 to the 15 and 20. 25 gets to the outside 30, 35-yard line, 40. Oh, and then Spencer Sorensen clobbers the man, puts a shoulder into that, shakes him up, but a great return for Winona at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Owatonna lost contain out there, Roy. And Winona guy got down the sideline. Sorensen had to come over and make the tackle, but it's not often your kicker is a guy with 315 pounds.
Well,
and Owatonna, he really got drilled too. That was a great block by somebody from Winona out there, but they got great field position at the 47. And remember, they're only down by 8 are the Winhawks after Owatonna has failed to convert on both of their extra points.
5 minutes, 14 seconds remaining, 4th quarter, 14-6. Huskies lead is 8. And the Winhawks send receivers both directions. Owatonna, the 3-down lineman. Kingland in a 2-point stance on one end. And Appicelli to throw, and that one was underthrown.
Yeah, that one slipped out of his hand.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, just, as soon as he threw it, he was kind of wiping his hand off and shaking it.
Rain continues to come down. It's just kind of a very steady rain. Despite the fact it's windy, the rain seems to be coming straight down, doesn't it? Well, maybe not. Just depends on
I'm
which
a little
angle I
wet.
look. Huh?
I'm a little wet. I honestly, I just can't wait to get into the car. It sounds terrible, but man, it's miserable.
It's a tough
After a
night.
Husky win, of course, hopefully, right?
They have to dry off the football on the sidelines.
Yeah, that ball just flat slipped out of his hand as he threw that. Is that who's back in the quarterback? Is that Apicelli?
Apicelli up. Throws
They're
it
gonna run
again.
the same
Same
play.
kind of play. This time it's caught, ridden down after a gain of about 3 or 4.
Yeah, another immediate tackle there by Owatonna. I think Westfall on the stop.
Okay.
Number 49, Blaze on the tackle. Second, third down now.
So third and about 7, third and 6.
4.5 minutes remaining, fourth quarter, 14-6 Owatonna. Hawks at the Owatonna 49. Apicelli throws off his back foot. Got a good throw, but it's off the mark. Got hit by Sorensen as well. Spencer right in the neighborhood. Spencer hobbling around every time he gets up.
Yep. Again, good pressure by Sorensen and Borchert. He's man for man out there. He's kind of been on an island all night. He's done a really nice job for the Huskies tonight from that corner spot. Big play, 4th and 6.
Winona going for it from the Owatonna 49-yard line. 4 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Back to pass Apicelli. He's pressured, and he's hit. Fumbled football. And I'm not even sure who picked it up. It doesn't really matter, although it will be Owatonna on the recovery. I think it's Kingland that had
I
the
think,
football.
got it, yep. But another sack, more pressure by Owatonna, and a turnover.
So it was 4th down anyway, but
Yep.
it is a turnover. So there you go. It is a turnover, and the Huskies have the football and the lead with 4 minutes and 22 seconds to go. A 14-6 advantage for Owatonna. Now, we may see the Owatonna defense again, and maybe not, but Brad, we'll ask for your defensive play of the game in a moment here, and we'll thank World of Wheels for that. As the Huskies, Manuelson kept that one, and just kept going forward to around the 44-yard line, so a pickup of about 5.
Number 33 on the tackler, Joe. Number 5.
Brad, you are still writing on your
Trying.
computer, even as it is drenched.
So you think a defensive play of the game, how about that tone setter right out of the gate, Moen with that big interception? That could absolutely be your defensive play of the game, but I think the defensive line pressure on the quarterback consistently all night. And we got to have 7, 8, 9, 10 sacks. It's just crazy. I think that would be our defensive play of the game.
Franklin on the carry goes to the left side for a very minimal gain. Your defensive play of the game is brought to you by World of Wheels. They make buying your car so easy. They have the vehicles marked with the best price all day, every day. Stop by, take a look. World of Wheels, 910 Hoffman Drive, Owatonna. The defensive line and its pressure on the quarterback. Today's defensive play of the game for Owatonna.
3rd and 4 for the Huskies. They lead 14-6. 2-down territory here for Owatonna. Another first down would, I don't want to say would lock it up, but it would pretty much it would make things look pretty good for Owatonna.
Well, it would come pretty close with 3 minutes to go. 14-6 Owatonna. And they hand off Franklin. Franklin tries the left side on a third and 4. Picks up 3.
Yep.
Of course, we'll get to the offensive play of the game shortly. It was a very cool offensive play of the game last year. I think it was Trey Fales throwing to Jake Woodrich.
Yeah, that's right, in that far corner over there.
Far corner of the end
the
zone.
Paul Giel Field sign.
Gary Walter got a very good video shot of that as well. That was a fun one for the offensive play of the game a year ago in a 49-0 Owatonna win. Here the Huskies trying to cling. It's not over by any means, trying to cling to the lead.
Yeah,
this
first
is
down here, and it's over.
4th and less than a yard with 2:15 to go. And wow. Did he get it or
I don't
not?
know where he ended up.
So it was a 4th and less than a yard from the 40 or from the 39 of Winona.
I think he's got it right. I have no idea where Manuelson ended up. I couldn't see him. The one official's got his foot right on the 39-yard line. That should. Oh, boy.
Nope, where they put the football.
Yeah, I don't know now.
Makes it very much in question. 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go. The Huskies' lead is 8, but Winona made a nice play on the quarterback keeper of Alex Emanuelson.
Boy, this is within an inch either way. I'm going to say he's got it.
Brad Ever the Optimist and Owatonna Sports Booster. And first down by the nose of the football.
What did I say?
Oh, Brad, you were right.
Okay. Well, was there any doubt?
None whatsoever.
All right. Good for the Huskies. I'm for the Huskies. Did I tell you that?
No, not yet. We can tell. So with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go, the Huskies get a fresh set of downs.
And how many timeouts does Winona have left?
Don't they have 3?
Yeah,
I think they have 3. Owatonna used 1 on the PAT, and Winona hasn't used any this half. So the Huskies do still have to run some plays. Pitch is back to Franklin. Franklin cuts it up, puts his head down, tackled around the 36-yard line, and they'll take a timeout. Timeout by Winona, stops the clock, minute 46. I know something could still happen for Owatonna, but is there much doubt of the offensive play of the game?
Second down, 6 yards to go.
Well, you're thinking like Julius Franklin, 63 yards for a touchdown on 4th down and 2.
4th down and 2.
I think that would be it, absolutely. On Owatonna's first drive, yeah.
Offensive play of the game brought to you by Old Town Bagels, downtown Owatonna. Stop out there, try their new breakfast melt. It's 2 kinds of cheese, egg, bacon crumbles, ranch dressing, all served, of course, on your favorite and your choice of fresh baked bagel. The only fresh bagel bakery in Steele County is Old Town Bagels, downtown Owatonna.
And they have a lot of different flavors.
Bagels
Taken
and
from a guy who's tried most of them.
Cream cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of cream cheese flavors as well. So the Huskies with a minute 46 to go, up by 8, 14-6. Next week at Rochester Century, it's a 7 o'clock kickoff on Friday night. Hy-Vee presents the kickoff. Stop into Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee has smoking hot prices. Use your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card and save even more on fuel at Owatonna Hy-Vee, home of the Fuel Saver. 7 o'clock kickoff next Friday night, 6:40 pregame on AM 1390.
A couple weeks ago, I paid $1 something for gas at Hy-Vee, $1.80 something. Wow, my fuel saver. Yeah,
wow, that's great.
I don't thank Matt May, the Hy-Vee store director, for jumping on that kickoff sponsor.
2nd down and 7. Handoff Franklin, bursts up the middle, but then gets popped, then keeps going forward.
Nicely done, Julius.
After he was hit, he gained 4 more yards, and the Hawks call a quick timeout. Minute 40 to go with a 3rd down. Huskies will face a 3rd down and about 3 with a minute 40 remaining, up by 8.
3rd down now, and 2 minutes to go for the Huskies, and they have 31-yard line.
I might have to mail in the final stats to you tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding.
I can maybe add them up tonight, and I can get them to you if you want. I don't know how it's going to work.
We'll make our way through the post game here, but stay tuned for our post game to wrap up on the scoring on things. And Zappa Agency presents the stats of the game all season long. Call the American National Zappa Agency at 451-9343. 2 straight road games for Owatonna. Then they'll be home against Faribault. That'll be the home opener, a game with the Falcons. Then after that, Owatonna has Mankato West roll in. Then a game at Austin. Homecoming with Rochester Mayo on the first Friday in October. Home with John Marshall the final Friday of the regular season. Then at Northfield, one of the new Big 9 conference teams at Northfield on that Wednesday night game. 3rd down and a couple. Windhawks have 1 more timeout, I believe, after this.
No, the one official's pointing at Owatonna. Yep.
So what do we have for the call?
False start
on Owatonna.
Wow.
So 3rd and 2.
Wow.
Into 3rd and 7.
That's a huge call.
Yeah. Instead of 2 downs to get 2 yards, it's 3rd down and about 7 now for Owatonna. They're at the Winona 36. They need to get to the Winona 30 or 29. 14-6 Huskies lead with a minute 40 to go. And Franklin has 2 touchdowns on the night. Holcomb a safety as well. So this is 3rd down and about 7. The pitch is to Franklin. Franklin trying to guide some blockers, just doesn't have enough time to get anything going. He's to the 33, 34.
And that'd have been your first down right there if it was 3rd and 2. He picked up about 2.5.
Good point.
And Winona will burn their final TO here.
So with 1:35 to go, 14-6. Owatonna with the lead, and the Windhawks use a timeout. Play-by-play is brought to you by Alexander Lumber, your local lumberyard paint and decorating center. I want to certainly thank our sponsors of high school sports, volleyball and football here this fall. They include 3-Day Mattress and Wells Federal Bank, Federated Insurance, Walzer, Chevrolet Buick, Owatonna Floor Covering and Mirror, Kopke Jewelers, Munson Eye Care, Tony's Flooring, ABC Seamless Siding, Mayo Clinic Health Systems Owatonna, Fairway Foods of Owatonna, Kurt's Truck and Diesel, Owatonna Heating and Cooling, Car Time of Owatonna, Alexander Lumber, Hy-Vee, Napa Auto Parts Store Owatonna, Owatonna Motor Company, SETI Sports Center, World of Wheels, Express Employment Professionals, CarQuest,
Here we go.
Harlan's, Community Bank Owatonna, and GMI Ritter Insurance.
Ball game right here.
4th down and about 4. Huskies come from a shotgun. 3 wide, high snap, going up to get it. Shovel pass is incomplete.
Yeah.
So the Huskies will turn the ball over on downs on the 1:31 to go. This game is still up for grabs as Winona takes it. And they have no timeouts left. Huskies lead it 14-6 with 1:31 to go. Winona will start from their 40, wait, where are we at here? They're 33-yard line.
Now, Owatonna, they put pressure on the quarterback all night long. We need to do that on this possession. And we can get out of here.
Sorensen mans the middle. Habas on one side, Starks on the other. Kingland at an end. Low snap, pass, left side, up in the air, caught, tackled right away.
Oh, they stopped the clock.
Yeah, tackled by Westfall.
No, they didn't. They kept him in bounds. Good job.
Oh, one official overrules the other. Clock rolling, 1:15. Ball at the 39-yard line. It's a 2nd down and 4 from there. Shotgun, 4 wide. To throw, Apicelli throws it. It is incomplete. Westfall on the coverage.
Yeah, Blake Westfall, he's been around the ball all night long. He's one of those kids that kind of stepped it up in that scrimmage. And he started tonight.
3rd down and 4. 2 tries, of course, because Winona down by 8 points with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Again, 4 wide. Shotgun snap. There's a running back there to help block. Looking right as Apicelli walks over there, throws the ball as a man, but the ball's overthrown toward the Owatonna sidelines, and the clock will stop with 59 seconds to go, and this play here is truly the ball game.
And there, Borchert on that coverage for Owatonna, and Jake's played a pretty good game tonight. And 4th and 4 for Winona. They need to pick up a 1st down here, or this ball game is over.
They have no timeouts remaining. Owatonna fans in front of us making some noise. Quite a few fans here. By no means a packed field at Paul Giel Field. Winona to throw. Blitz coming. The throw is to no one. Incomplete. This is going to be the Huskies' win with 55 seconds to go. Owatonna just needs to take a couple of knees, and Owatonna is going to win the football game by a 14-6 score. All right. Huskies led 8-0 at the half. Winona scored to pull within 8-6, missed the 2-point conversion, and then Franklin, his 2nd touchdown of the night, put Owatonna up 14-6. The Huskies missed on their 2-point conversion. In fact, teams are 0 for 3 on the extra points. Owatonna's other 2 points came on the safety by Holcomb. And Emmanuelson will just take a snap and then one more, put down a knee, and the Huskies are going to get this win here today at Winona. Clock will run, and he'll take one more snap, and that'll be the ball game. Looks like some people are already making their move to that dry car, Brad. One more for the Huskies, and they'll have a season-opening win, and they'll extend their winning streak.
There it is.
There it is. Owatonna wins it. The Huskies are going to win this game 14-6 after 2 snaps. Winona is out of timeouts, so there's 15 more seconds to come off the clock, and then we'll move into our brief post-game wrap-up, send you on your way. We do still have Twins baseball coming up on a delayed basis on AM 1390 KRFO. Cat Country 105 football tomorrow night. New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva at Sibley East. And on Saturday, the high school coaches show starts at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. The game is over. The Huskies have won it. 14-6 is the final score as Owatonna holds on against Winona for a thrilling victory to open up this 2014 football season. 14-6 your final. Back with a recap after this on Cat Country 105.
Oh, my butt is wet.
Okay. Let's see here. I got to get a little water off of there. Pause this.
As the team straightened clumps up and shield them. Partway through the fourth quarter, Owatonna puts points up on the board, making it an 8-point game. The 2-point conversion failed, and the Huskies were up.
14-6, Owatonna with a win here tonight at Winona. Your first call if you need your vehicle repaired or restored is Cappy's Auto Restoration, of course. 451-8989. Stay happy, see Cappy. 14-6, the winning streak continues, and I'm sure a lot of learning goes on here today as well for Owatonna, a totally new team from the state champions of a year ago. They'll carry that target on their back, of course, but it is a different team, and they'll take away from this game some things that they can work on. Some penalties hurt them, some drop passes, things of that sort. Now I know the rain maybe comes into play for some of that as well.
Yep.
Didn't get the fullback going very well in this game, but yeah, Coach Williams said it, that this game will be part of this learning curve as well. Game 1 of the season, and Owatonna is at least able to go home with a win, 14-6.
And Roy, I think there's more positives we bring out of this than what you can kind of criticize. I mean, I know last year we came over here, it was 42-0, 2 minutes into the second quarter, and did we know it was going to be different this year? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. We did a lot of really good things tonight. Our front defensive line was just dominating tonight. I mean, Winona just couldn't do anything, especially in that first half. They had a couple plays in the second half. You know how many yards Julius Franklin had tonight?
151.
211.
Oh, my gosh.
211 yards rushing the football on 34 carries. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
That's really good stuff. And I thought our defensive backs played, for the most part, played pretty good, and I know that was kind of a concern coming in. But 14-6, people are going to go, oh, gee, well, we probably should have had another score in that half. And the touchdown we gave up they had kind of a fluke play that kept the drive going. But a win's a win, and we can go home.
I see a note here that Andrew Stelter getting double teamed in the Gopher game.
Wow.
Yes, that's nice to see Andrew in the game and drawing the attention of the other team, playing as a true freshman today. Gophers were up by 35-7, I think was the score that I saw, maybe 35-7, something along those lines. Gophers way up over Eastern Illinois on their way to a season-opening victory as well. Hey, Brad, some stats for this one?
Yeah, I do have. I gave you the big one. I had Julius 34 for 211 and a couple of touchdowns. That's a pretty good debut for your senior season. I had Holcomb 10 for 40, Owatonna 55 rushes, 266 yards on the ground. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Through the air, we had 6 yards passing.
Okay.
We did have some drops. Understandable tonight. I mean, it's absolutely miserable. It's miserable announcing the game. It's miserable playing the game. You can see why you couldn't throw the ball really. But so Owatonna finishes with 272 yards. I had Winona a total of 152. Remember, the Windhawks had 1 yard in the first half. They finished with 152. They hit a couple pass plays. They had one nice run in that second half. But Owatonna's defense was pretty much up to the task tonight, which was a good thing. And Owatonna's offense, they did just enough. And then they kind of put the game away here at the end with a big defensive stop of Winona, and Owatonna then just basically ran the ball out and took the time off the clock, and the Huskies get away with a win, 14-6.
All right, defensive coverage vital out on that football field. Even more important is your auto, home, and life coverage off the field. Steve Zappa has the coverage for you. Call American National, the Zappa agency of Owatonna, at 451-9343. Remember that High V kickoff. High V and the Fuel Saver card next week, 7 o'clock, Friday night. The usual Friday night game, Owatonna at Rochester Century, 6:40 on the pregame coverage. And your All-American Auto Glass scoreboard shows 14-6. Owatonna defeats the Winona Windhawks. The Huskies open up the season with a win, 14-6 at Winona. For Brad Fisher and Lisa Marie back at the studios, my name's Roy Koenig. Thanks a lot for listening in, and good night from Paul Giel Field in Winona.